split. In the back of the box where we sit, you know it's not right to think bad about yourself, 'cause this mad town is making me blue. You know it's true that I hate you, slapping your face, quick in your face.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Excuse me. Whoa. We don't need another song. We're fine. We got our intro song out of the way. Let's just go ahead and we'll be done with that. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing fine. I'm trying. Fuck me. There we go. Okay, we're fine. We're okay. Okay, we're fine. There was some problems starting up the stream. And there's like doubles, which means that some people are probably just sitting over there waiting on I don't know. Fucking YouTube sucks. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'm doing the best I can here, okay? Professional streamer at work. Professional streamer at work. Hopefully, now that this one is live, that one will go away. But if not, maybe a few good Samaritans will go tell people that are waiting over there, because I can't find that other stream. I can't see that shit. Excuse me. Pardon me. Well, I'm just a burpy guy tonight. How's everybody doing? I guess I already asked that, but I'll ask again since there's more of you now. I hope the answer is well. Let me get your chat fixed up so we can get on with the fucking business of the evening, you know? Let's get on with the business of the evening. There we go. You guys should be fixed now. Everything should be a gravy train with biscuit wheels. Oh, I'm going to do you one better than reviewing TJ's newest video. I'm going to do you one better than that. The one, the only, Thomas James Kirk III, a.k.a. the amazing atheist, a.k.a. Micro, is going to be here. He's eating dinner. I hit him up and I said, hey, man, you want to go fucking stream? He was like, yeah. Let me finish stuffing my fat face and I'll be right there. So he's going to text me at some point in the next, I guess, 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour. I don't know. We'll wait around. We'll wait around for him. Eating dinner at 11 p.m. That's early for me sometimes. There have been times where I, don't settle in for a good dinner till, 2 in the morning. I'm like, yeah. Now it's time for dinner. Now it's time for dinner. I didn't know you guys visited each other. I'll be bringing him on remotely. He shall be joining me via, something. I don't know what. We haven't really figured it out yet. Probably Whereby, which is what we're using. Your chat has stalled. My chat is moving just fine. Oh, the chat up here has stalled. Oh. What the fuck is happening here? Let's reload that shit. Okay. It looks like it's working okay. Error. Error. God damn it. My hair gets knots in it, man. Are there any chicks in the audience that can help me out with this shit? What should I be doing? I feel like brushing my hair just pulls it out. And it gets so curly that it gets knots. Like it ties itself in fucking like literal knots, man. Leave-in conditioner or just let it dread? Oh, yeah, dude. Let it dread. What would I have to do to just let it dread? When will you guys get back in the studio? When it's, safe to congregate again, man. I mean, I wish I could give you a date. Stop combing and wash with residue-free shampoo. You think it's the residue in my shampoo that's causing my hair to turn into a fucking knotted mess? Oy vey. Oy vey. I'm going to take a little break from the fucking headphones for a minute. My ears are sore from headphoning it. Cornrows? Pass. If you don't use a good shampoo and conditioner, I don't know. I use Pantene. Is that not a good? I thought. Oh, hold on. I got to talk to TJ real quick. Just letting TJ know I've got the stream started. Hello, TJ. It is I, your friend Paul. Can we talk about TJ's freak out on Flash Fried? Sure. You guys can talk about whatever you want. You guys know how Highdeology works. Now, I want to talk to TJ about some things tonight, too, so you may have to take a back seat. I'm going to have a little chit-chat with TJ. Not a negative chit-chat. I'm not trying to beef with TJ. I think it'll be a productive chit-chat. I'm just trying to, quite honestly, maybe it's a little early to do this. Maybe I should just wait for TJ to get here. But ultimately, I want to try and see if it's possible to reconcile my position and TJ's position as it comes to electoral politics. Because goddamn, I'm confused. I am fucking confused. I feel like we agree. And yet, every time we talk about this, we end up in a disagreement. Not necessarily on voting, but voting's a part of it. But I think people hyper-focus on the voting. More about the way forward, I guess. So, yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to jibba-jabbering with TJ about today. What did you use your stimulus check on? I haven't used it yet. It's sitting there. I'm honestly thinking about using some of it to buy myself a little mid-range point-and-shoot camera. I really want to start taking pictures. primarily of like the little wildlife that lives out in my backyard and stuff, but just in general. So I want to get something that's not, I don't want to get some fucking, $20,000 fucking professional camera or something, but some little, mid-range kind of camera that I might be able to, as time goes on, collect some different lenses for so I can take some cool photography. Maybe a DSLR. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know. At this point in time, I don't know a whole lot about cameras, so I was planning on talking to Scotty about it the next time we all meet to record. Scotty's got his finger on the pulse of the camera situation better than I do, so thought maybe he might have some ideas. Yeah, I've been in dire need of a hobby, and I really like taking pictures. I've just never owned a really nice camera. Okay. Sure, if you won't. Let me get Whereby open here. I'll knock on heaven's door. And I might have to do a little finagling once TJ is in here. Might have to finagle a little bit. Knock, knocking on TJ's door. What? Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. My picture doesn't matter. I'll have to deal with this. I shall have to deal with this. There we go. Cam and mic are blocked. That's because I'm using... oh, wait. Well, fuck. Whereby is probably not going to work then. It says cam and mic are blocked. All right. There we go. All right, that should be fine. Let me knock on heaven's door here. And then when TJ gets into Whereby, I'll have to put on my stupid headphones again and hurt my ears some more. Get an Olympus Pen 8 mirrorless on sale for $280. I don't know whether that sounds good or not. You know what I mean? I literally know nothing about cameras really, so I've got to up my game, do a little research, ask around, take some advice for some folks who I trust. Find myself a little camera, take some pictures. Take a picture here, take a picture there. Bump, 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 no. If you could see inside my heart, it might seem like I have a job. It's not right to think bad about yourself, 'cause this is Mad Town making me blue. Get a good GoPro. I'm not really interested in video. I mean, video can be a part of it, but I'm really more interested in just higher resolution point and shoot. But with, the ability to, some different lenses and shit, so I can take some different kinds of pictures in different lighting scenarios and shit. Buy some Gucci loafers. No. I don't need any Gucci loafers. Buy Supreme. Is that like one of those real expensive hip hop street brands or whatever? Camera on your phone is probably decent enough. It's not. It's not. I took a picture of Chad the cardinal that lives down, in my backyard, and it was very blurry. He was not that far away, and a much nicer camera would have taken a much more majestic picture of Chad. It just would have. It just would have. Well, excuse me. What's your thoughts on pineapple on pizza? Degeneracy. Anybody who puts pineapple on pizza should be exiled from society and forced to live on an island filled with other freaks like them. Do I listen to Tyler, the Creator? On occasion, I do. Do you prefer a hard or a soft pillow? I don't know. I like a pillow. You like Hawaiian? Oh, all right. Sorry, honey. Well, you can stay. You can stay, but everybody else has to go. You get a pass. You like memory foam pillows? I think that's what I've got now. I think it's a memory foam pillow. Memory foam pillow. Got myself one of them there memory foam pillows. I recommend a Canon 250D, aka Canon Rebel 3. It's about $400 to $500 and a perfect beginner DSLRs, great options, built-in time-lapse, 4K support. Get the good lenses for it and you're golden. I'll take a look at it. I'll figure something out. I don't want to go like too fucking balls to the wall because, if I end up not really liking the camera and not really liking taking pictures all the fucking time, then, well, I don't want to be out like 2,000. Let's put it that way. Lenses are where the money goes. Yeah, I know. What are your walks with Dinor like? Dinor walks whoever's walking him. Dinor loves to sniff. And he's got a very deliberate kind of way of going about things. And you just got to kind of go with the flow. Thank you, Cloud Massacre, for the $1.99. I appreciate it. Much appreciated. Gorilla versus Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I mean, come on. Do you even need to ask? You know the answer to that question. Gorilla has beaten God, Godzilla, Boba Fett, the whole nine. How did you get Dinor anyway? So when Ashley and I were together, her sister called her one day and let her know that one of the dogs that they had puppies, and did we want one? And so we went over there to look at them and found Dinor and fell in love, and we took Dinor. Dinor is 4. He's 4 years old and change. Would you say that there is someone who could defeat Gorilla? Give us a hint, please. The world has to know. I mean, I have some ideas, but I wouldn't reveal them to you. It's always been up to you to figure out someone that can beat Gorilla. You know what I mean? When you land on the right one, you'll get the story of the defeat of Gorilla. I firmly believe, in fact, I know, that there are entities, beings, and beasts that probably could best Gorilla. But let me see. Let me fuck with my lighting a little bit. I don't like my lighting right now. And I've got some control over my lighting. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. What if I just did these first? These two. To a little red shift. Everything's a little blue-green for me right now. Okay. Yeah. I like that. Let's get a nice hard red shift there. Then let's get a hard blue shift on the other one. Like a darker blue to compensate. It's a little too pink, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little too pink. Let's get in that dark blue section. Oh, yeah. That's better. Now we're talking. Now the lights are correct. Paul, I really like you showing us all your books earlier. Oh, cool, Chelsea. I'm glad you enjoyed. You can come on too, by the way. Tell your man to hook you up with a mic if you're feeling like having a little conversation tonight. You're always welcome. Man, I got to tell you, dude, Chelsea and I, we don't talk a whole lot, you know what I mean? Especially since this fucking pandemic shit, but we are always down-ass motherfuckers together. She's always been one of my favorite people to talk to. She and I have had many, many late-night, stoned-ass, giggly-ass conversations. Chelsea the best. Chelsea the best. You better love Chelsea. Anybody that doesn't love Chelsea, I'll punch you right in the fucking face. There's just no excuse for it. No excuse. You hate Chelsea, but only because you can't have her? Well, that is your cross to bear, my friend. That is your cross to bear. Stop flirting with Chelsea and Taylor. Oh, yeah. I'm constantly flirting with Chelsea and Taylor. It's very uncomfortable. Taylor and Scotty show up, and I wait until Scotty walks past, and I slap Taylor on her ass. I'm like, hey, how's it going, baby? And Chelsea walks in, and I'm like, come in, Tokyo, honk, honk. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's totally how I am. Just a disgusting lech. Might as well do this. Oh, I do. What makes you think I don't do the same to TJ and Scotty? I can't even count the amount of times that I've just uncomfortably cupped their balls out of nowhere and just been like, tickle, tickle. Paul, I'm glad you went and got help for your mental health. You seem so much better than you have in the past while. I feel so much better. Yeah, I was unmedicated for a long time, and I feel way better. I still struggle, but I'm not 100%. But man, I feel better. I sure do feel better. Oh my goodness. TJ's built-in memory is full.
Yeah. Just takes a second.
Oh boy. Let me see if I can finagle getting your actual picture over here with me. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that, but
You just have to do a screen capture and then crop out the excess.
gotcha. That's gonna look great as I do it live here, I'm sure.
Well, you could always go into the 2-screen mode of OBS and do it in the preview window and then make it live after. I don't know.
That sounds like shit.
Okay.
Screen cap, blah blah blah, 59,000. Okay, do that. Okay, that made everything go black. Of course it did.
I see a red door and I want it painted black.
Let's put the bacon up for now and let that sizzle. That seems appropriate on this night. I'll put the sizzling fucking bacon up.
Sizzly bacon.
You know what I mean, TJ.
Oh, yeah.
You know how I love to watch some fucking bacon fry.
Oh, yes.
I
just had some steak, so.
Okay, so I
add it. Same as bacon.
If I add a scene. It's been so long since I've had to fucking do this. Add. No, I don't want to. What the fuck am I doing wrong?
Probably many things.
Add scene. No, that's wrong. Good day, sir. There's got to be a way. Okay, I'll figure it out. So, what's going on there, TJ?
Like I said, I just had some steak.
You ate some steak?
Yeah, I made up some steak.
That's pretty cool. What kind of steaks? Like what cut?
They were bone-in New York strip.
Ooh, well, la di frickin' da. Oh.
Listen.
I don't even know what I just did. Okay, all right. Well, now you're on the screen, but I'm not on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Slowly but surely. It's all coming together.
I've got 2 fucking monitors. Hit the plus button. It says add a scene. Okay, scene 2, and then it's black. But then I gotta populate the scene with shit, right?
I guess.
I gotta tell it what it is.
I suppose you could do that. I don't know. I honestly don't know what you're doing at this point.
Well, I'm in OBS, you fuck. You do this all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
I hit, I'm down here in the scenes. I hit the little plus button to add a new scene, right? Oh, you know what I could do?
You don't want to add a new scene. What you really want to do is just add the display capture as a source in the current scene that you have up.
See, that's what I was doing wrong. See, TJ? See?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I get it now. I see what the problem is.
Wrong display. Okay, there's the display that I want. Let's hit that up. And then I just got to fucking trim it all up and shit and make it look real tidy.
Trim it up.
Make it look real respectable like.
This is the guy that constantly berates me for my errors.
Shut up, TJ. Another error on your part.
Yeah, this is me. I did this.
This is all your fucking fault. All right.
True.
All right, and then if I hold down, what is it? Alt or Control? Alt.
So you're stretching it. So you gotta.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Oh shit, it's happening, man. Look at me.
Oh wow.
Professional fucking streamer, TJ. Drop your pants and prepare yourself for the fucking wide load because I have got it figured out.
You done it.
I done did it. There you are.
Yeah.
All right. And then if I stop doing that, okay. And then now I should be able to blow you up a little bit, make you the right size. Look at this.
There you
go.
We're
doing it.
And there you go. There you have it.
All right. So, yeah, I watched your video.
Yeah.
Your recent video.
Yeah, the I Love Riots one.
I thought I'd suck your dick for a little while.
Cool.
Probably one of the best videos you've ever made, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Cool.
The passion was on point, TJ. The writing
Good.
On point. The sentiment, of course, was close to my heart, TJ.
Yeah. Well, I figured you were probably happy with these riots going on.
It ticked all the boxes. It ticked all of the Paul's ego boxes, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
$2 saying, "Here, Dad, thank you. Much love to you, degenerates." Yeah, I mean, I'm not sending any love back your way, but thanks for the $9.99. I appreciate that.
Much love. I'll give you some love.
That's nice of you, TJ. I always try to avoid, expressing love to people that I've never met and probably never will. But that's just a hang up of mine. That's a hang up of mine, TJ.
I would not say I'm an anarchist, Ian Jones, but thank you.
So are you getting tired of being told what you are yet?
I've been tired of that since day one. So
yeah,
I was born tired of that.
Yeah.
But people love their labels. I don't know. I try to let them just have their fun for the most part, but I do gently correct them.
I kind of not so gently correct them, to be honest. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people telling me what I believe and what I am, and trying to put a label on me so they can limit my scope. You know what I mean?
Right. And then, it's just another excuse for like hey, here we're gonna have this purity test for you. Like once you're the thing that they think you are, then you have to abide by the rules that they think apply to that thing. So it's like,
of course,
I don't want to do it. Sorry, not interested.
So I guess what I wanted to talk to you about, at least at the beginning here, we can talk about whatever the fuck you want, but
is macaroni and cheese, right?
Yeah, mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Have you ever stuck your dick in a pot of nice warm mac and cheese?
No, but you know what I have done is sometimes because I'm not a phony, I'll just kind of bust a nut in your macaroni, and I'll kind of sit there and watch you finish up the last bit because you're a stupid ass, dumb fucking idiot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you a juggalo, TJ?
I think I am a little bit of a hipster juggalo.
You must be. You must be a juggalo.
I do love the first 5 of the 6 Joker's cards. Well, that's not even true because I think the early stuff is a little too shaky for me, and their later stuff is this is garbage. So there's like a happy medium Goldilocks zone of ICP that I get down with, and I think it goes from about Riddlebox through Jekyll Brothers, or I might be getting that slightly.
No,
wrong.
I think you're right. You and I are in the same boat on that.
You know what else I like though? I do like Bizarre and Bizarre.
Bizarre. Yeah, but that was a re-releases of a bunch of like B-side cuts from earlier.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was not like that's why it was so good.
Yeah,
it was B-side cuts from earlier shit that never made albums, and they just kind of like released them all.
Yeah, The Great Malenko is probably that's a great album. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit of a hipster juggalo, I guess.
Yeah, I like the old juggalo shit too.
I mean, people always decry ICP, but as like lacking intelligence, which I think is actually a pretty legitimate criticism. But like,
yeah, they're stupid as fuck.
You can't deny that there was some really amazing creativity on display in some of those songs from those albums. I mean, like the way that they structured songs, and some of the imagery they put together. I mean, I don't know how much those two in particular get credit for that. I mean, sure, they had other people involved in like the idea.
Sure.
But
well, in addition to that, people shit talk ICP, but they're above reproach in my eyes at this point. Look how long they've been around.
Right.
With no radio play, with no fucking MTV backing them, with no big corporations signing on to them, and they've still got this fucking insanely prolific musical career,
right.
Tons of fans,
a super dedicated fan base, that just you can't even believe. I mean, like to this day, right?
Right.
Running their own record label. I mean, you can't fault them, honestly.
Yeah. So fucking like dudes that are so dedicated that they will tie a rope around their dick and then jump out a 2-story window,
Oh. Yeah, I love it.
No, so I guess you know what? Hold on, I gotta go. I'm gonna go break my own rules for once and smoke a cigarette inside because I'm whatever. This conversation is gonna require a cigarette or two, so just give me a second.
Okay, gotcha. Juggalos are better than Trump fans, at least. I don't know what's wrong with juggalos. Like, it seems like they're a community that is centered around brotherhood and caring about one another, and not necessarily giving a shit if they come across as like trashy or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot to admire in the juggalo. I mean, it's not for everybody, clearly. Every juggalo I've ever met has been nice as fuck. Like, they're some of the nicest people. That's why it was ridiculous when the FBI put them on this list of they're a gang or whatever. Like, I've never heard of anyone getting like jumped by a gang of juggalos and the shit beat out of them. I'm not saying it's never happened. I'm just saying I never heard of it. I've heard I haven't heard The Tower by ICP. I've heard To Catch a Predator, which I think was a little hypocritical considering so many of their early songs seem to concern them fucking teenagers, but whatever.
Wait, what did I just walk back to? Who's fucking a teenager?
ICP.
Oh.
Someone was referencing an ICP song called To Catch a Predator, which was basically about like hunting down, it was like a Chris Hansen tribute song, basically. But I was just saying it was kind of hypocritical considering so much of their early material concerned them having sex with underage girls.
Yeah, I was on my last Highdeology.
Daddy staring at your sister. I'll tell you this. For only 13, she got some big tits.
I forgot that line.
Right.
I forgot that existed.
There was a line in one of their songs about fucking a 14-year-old that worked at Burger King or something. There's all kinds of stuff like that.
Okay. So, well, not everybody's perfect. I was doing some
that kind of stuff. I mean, they were putting on personas, obviously.
Of course, right. I was doing some rap karaoke on my last stream, and I did that. I don't even know if you remember. You remember that song "Guilty Conscience" by Eminem?
Yeah.
I did that song, and I'd completely forgotten about the. Now listen to me while you're kissing her cheek and smearing a lipstick. Slip this in her drink. You know what I mean? He's basically date raping a 15-year-old girl.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. And I was in the middle of that verse on YouTube going, am I going to skate by on this one or not? Am I going to get canceled?
The official music video for it's still up on YouTube.
That's true. That's true.
But
we all know that there are different rules for
Vivo
and the rest of us.
That's true.
No, but what I really wanted to talk to you about tonight is I guess I'm kind of confused. Because I feel like that, you and I have kind of butted heads in a friendly, good-natured way, as we usually do. We don't agree on everything.
No, I mean, I wouldn't want to.
We butted heads recently on, the political voting and the way forward and stuff like that. But here's what confuses me. It's like,
okay,
okay, so we did that flash fried where we kind of went at it for about 45 minutes.
Right.
And I feel like we agreed on 99.9% of shit, and yet it was still contentious. And then I watched your video today, and I was like, It just seemed like to me that you were just on the cusp of making an accelerationist argument. Right. In fact, I think you did. You said whether it's by reform or by, mass upheaval due to people just getting absolutely sick of capitalism's boot on their throat.
Right.
You're ready for this radical change, and that's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, I think we agree on that. I never thought we did this. I never thought we disagreed on that.
Well, see, I guess I was confused because your position on Biden and voting for Biden as a harm reduction choice, or at least recommending to people who live in swing states where their votes matters to do it. That seems like the opposite to me. Like when I hear those, let's go participate and let's get Joe Biden in there. That's a very different from reform, and that's very different from tearing it down.
Right.
To me.
No, I agree. It is. It's not. It's neither of those things.
So
No, I never claimed it was.
Right.
I mean,
No, I know you didn't, but that's
no, I mean, like, look, when you said something ironically on your Twitter recently, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but you were sort of taking the position and saying, you know, vote for Biden because there's a possibility that he might be slightly better.
right.
And that's basically the argument. Unironically, that's the reason I would say to do it. I mean, I don't view him as the reform that's needed. Obviously, I don't view him as any sort of revolutionary figure or candidate because you'd have to be fucking retarded to think that. But
right.
I mean, I feel like, you know, I summed it up in one of the last streams I did, maybe the very last stream I did, which is just, look, either way, if you're a leftist in this country, you've got an enemy in the White House. So I just feel like Biden's the better enemy to have. I don't think there's any tremendously good reason to vote for Biden. If there was, then I wouldn't have to be out here making this fucking case. I just think it's slightly better. And I think that if we can improve things even to the tiniest degree or have the possibility of doing it, we should do it. But that doesn't mean that we should put a pause on anything else because, I mean, like, you know, that's not going to do it. That's not even come close. That's a joke.
I mean,
So,
you've known me long enough to know that I have some crazy notions and shit. And then
well,
I
think I think, you know, I got some crazy notions myself.
Sure,
as well.
sure, we both do. And when I hear you say that, number one, let me challenge you on one thing. And I know we talked about this before, but let's go over it again.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm more than willing to have this argument.
I don't want to have the whole argument again, but I'm trying to pinpoint.
You know, we can maybe delve a little deeper into it.
I'd really like to figure out, you know, how close our positions really are.
Okay.
When you talk about the harm reduction vote, for Biden, and I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the fact that he will likely appoint justices that will defend Roe v. Wade, and I say likely because I don't think that that's written in stone.
Nothing's assured. That's true. I think we can agree there.
You know, give me some other areas. You know, I'd rather hear it from you than have me paraphrase it.
You know, so I went over. I think I have a list here still. I could probably just take a look at it if I still have it.
So these are just like
I have a shit ton of papers around here.
It's no biggie. Take your time.
So I went over some stuff that I think where Trump is on some of this stuff, and some areas where I think Biden could possibly do a little better. Maybe we can just go over them one by one here. So here's some of my major criticisms of Donald Trump and his administration. So let me make sure I got this here. Oh shit, this isn't even the right part. Okay, I'll just have to do it off the dome. So you know, Biden, you know, Trump basically kicked transgender people out of the military, right?
Sure.
So, now I'm not a big fan of the military.
Strike one.
I don't think you are either. But if there's going to be a military, obviously there shouldn't be that sort of discrimination.
Trans people should not be denied the right to serve in the military.
Absolutely. You know, do I think Biden would have done that? No. You know, so you know, there's Trump's also weakened protections against trans people and LGBT people in general in several, you know, areas.
Agreed.
Including, you know, some of the given states more broad rights to discriminate on the basis of like religion and stuff like that.
Right.
Which I think is also a threat to separation of church and state. I don't think Biden would have done something like that. Now, once again, I don't know.
Sure.
He possibly could. I don't know for sure. You know, so there's some LGBT rights issues. There's some church and state separation issues. I think that you know, Trump right now is stacking the courts with a lot of conservative justices that are going to have a very conservative interpretation of the laws in tons of different districts. We're going to see a lot of conservative legislation from the bench.
Okay.
I think that Biden is not going to appoint great judges, but he's probably going to appoint ones that are a little bit more center, which I'm not a huge fan of either, obviously, but I'd rather have that than far right wing. The Supreme Court, which is probably, I mean, probably the most powerful body in the land, right? I mean,
well, I mean, ultimately, yeah, because they can, you know,
I mean, this is a council. I mean,
the only body that can not only legislate but utterly invalidate legislation.
Right. They can decide this is not constitutional or this is constitutional or whatever. So, I mean, like, obviously, that's a tremendously important institution. And, you know, Ruth, Ruth Bader Ginsburg or whatever the fuck her name is. She's not going to be around too much longer. So
Right. She's holding on by a thread.
Right. You know, she's in the hospital every other fucking week. So I'm kind of concerned about that. And I feel like I'd rather have a Biden appointee in there, like a Merrick Garland type of centrist judge that's going to at least be a little bit left on social issues. Probably not too left on any sort of economic issues, unfortunately, but whatever. You know, so there's a few things. I mean, these are, I'm not trying to hear, I don't, it pains me to even try to make this case because I recognize just how empty this all sounds in the face of the kind of changes that we actually need in this country. But, you know, like, we're not going to get those changes with a presidential candidate, at least not in 2020. So I feel like we got to do the best we can until we have some opportunity to do something better, which hopefully we can create for ourselves. I do worry about the possibility of a Biden administration putting the left back to sleep. They just feel like they've done what they needed to do. So they kind of like, oh, well, you know, good enough. I'm really scared of that happening.
I mean, I don't even think the left needs to be put back to sleep at this point. I think the left, for the most part, has been asleep for about 20 years.
Oh, it is. But I feel like there's been some stirring, especially with, I think that Bernie Sanders, you know, whatever you want to say about his, I feel like, you know, I have my criticisms, but I feel like he awoke something in the American spirit, at least in the leftist quadrant of America.
He definitely resonated with people in a way that a lot of leftist candidates end up, you know, not being able to.
I don't know if that's going to stick around. I hope it will, but I don't know. But I really hope that I feel like there's hunger out there for some kind of real change, and obviously Biden is not the one to sate that hunger, and I would never argue that he is.
So to bring it back to the video that you put up tonight,
right?
And your kind of glee at seeing people getting fed up with the system and rising up and burning down some of this oligarchical territory.
Yes.
Those people didn't get to that point by having marginal incremental improvement.
No.
They got to that point.
I feel like that maybe if they had seen some of that, maybe they wouldn't have gotten to that point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But here's the thing, though. You extolled the virtues of them needing to get to that point.
Sure, but I think that if they could have, if they were living under a system that was actually responsive to their needs, and it didn't bring them to that point of feeling the need to do something like that, then I think that would be better than them having to do something like that and it ultimately being crushed by the National Guard, which is going to happen, if not tonight, then tomorrow or the next day.
I mean, I wouldn't be so sure about that. The Watts riots, the people that were involved in the Watts riots, and you know, I don't want to conflate them too closely because the Watts riots were an order of magnitude larger, and we're talking about the 1960s sure. Watts riots.
Right.
The National Guard moved in, and those riots and protests went on for days and days sure. and days, with the National Guard setting up barricades and firing live rounds of ammunition at people.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if I'd be so quick to say that the National Guard showing up just puts an end to this. In fact, it might inflame it.
That's true. But I mean, like what we've seen in recent history, like in Ferguson and places like that, has been kind of the National Guard shows up and quells it. Sure. But I don't know. You know, every situation is different, so who really knows? I don't. My prediction is that this is not going to last too much longer, and that things are going to return right back to the same status quo that created this event in the first place. Because that seems to be the way these sorts of things happen in America. Like, you know, it's the same thing with every one of these mass shootings. We go through this the same cycle of, let's pray. Oh, maybe we need gun control. Fuck gun control. You know, okay, well, whatever. And then the next shooting happens, and same cycle again and again. And eventually, people just, it becomes perfunctory, and it just becomes interwoven into like, this is part of the pattern of American life. We do this is our post-shooting ritual, where we pretend to have an argument about gun control,
right,
and prayer and other fucking things.
Well, that is never going to lead to any kind of radical change. That cycle, that wheel has to be broken.
Right, and I just don't know how to break the wheel, so.
Well, for me, I don't know for a fact how to break the wheel, but I do know this. And this is kind of like I'm hesitant about this part of my argument because I recognize it as a fundamentally neoconservative argument.
Okay.
Neoconservatives have long ascribed to this idea that in order for them to make the changes that they want, there has to be some kind of a catalyst. So Pearl Harbor obviously was a catalyst for the American people who up until that point had been staunchly against entering into the conflict that was going on in Europe. And then all of a sudden, Pearl Harbor is bombed, the anger of the American people is whipped up, and this massive transformative time begins, right?
Right. So, I mean, you're talking about like these major events that kind of break the paradigm. I mean, like, which have been used by political factions of all stripes, really. I mean, like, the U.S. kind of did that in the Gulf Tonkin incident, and then the Nazis did it at the Reichstag fire. And, there's been some other big, I mean, like the Rodney King thing, that led to the L.A. riots and stuff.
Sure.
Although there was no ultimately change there, I think.
No, there was not. My thinking on this is similar, but it doesn't really necessitate a giant explosion or a terrorist attack. My position on this is that it seems to me that even though we've got all of these, balloon-headed positivists going around, quoting Steven Pinker at us every time we open our mouths about how America has gotten, the world in general is getting better. All of the metrics that we have to measure that, or at least how people feel about that, point in the opposite direction. The misery index is higher now than it ever has been in the history of its, being fucking, what I mean.
I think that some of that has to do with like the democratization of information and stuff like that as well.
I'm sure it does. But I don't see a path to reform. If the choices that we're given are corporatist and corporatist, I just don't see a path. I do see a path to reform if enough people lose confidence in the system. And that's really what I'm trying to do. That's my MO. I'm not trying to necessarily convince people not to vote. I'm trying to instill doubt in the system because it needs to be done.
Yeah, I don't think it's too hard to do either. I mean, like, the system is terrible. We've seen, especially here in, I mean, I can't speak for other countries. I don't know how things are every place in the world, and I don't think reading about it can give me a clear picture. I think you have to have like a lived experience of this is what it's like in America.
Right.
Or whatever. But as far as this country's concerned, I mean, like, I don't think that there's not very many people have much cause to be happy with the status quo in this country.
And yet they defend it rabidly.
Right. Well, I think there's a lot of people who are scared of change. And I seen when I did my video, I did it as a premiere, and I saw some of the reactions from people live to what I was saying. And there was all these people that were like, "Oh, how can you stand with these looters who burned down the AutoZone? What about the people who work at AutoZone?" It's like, they're fucking slaves. All right. Can we just be honest? Like, you're defending the institution of slavery. This is like someone burned down the plantation, and you're like, well, where are all the slaves going to go? It's like, fuck you. I mean, I don't. And then people were like, how dare you compare capitalism to slavery? It's like, how dare you deny that those two things are similar? Fuck you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, obviously there's degrees, but I mean, like, we're still talking about the same basic premise of you are coerced to work. And if you don't, you get the whip. The whip in our country is just, you can't feed yourself and you can't clothe yourself and you live on the streets and you fucking rummage through garbage. That's the whip in America.
Yeah, I mean, and denying that chattel slavery as it existed in the United States, denying that it was part and parcel of capitalism is just silly. and denying that the owner class has just found another way to institute plantation mechanics on people. You know what I mean? Even if you take it down, in a micro way to just black people. So black people are no longer put on the plantation, right? They're no longer worked like slaves, but they're locked up in prison institutions, an order of magnitude more than any other race. And within those prison institutions, they're forced to do labor for pennies on the dollar. It's slavery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
even you're talking about the free people. I mean, like, if you don't like comparing it to slavery, compare it to some form of indentured servitude or something. I mean, like, I don't care. I mean, like, it's still the same basic premise of here's coercion, here's a subsistence, here's how you fucking can subsist on this. Either, hey, you're gonna work the fields and we're gonna give you room and board and we're gonna feed you, so you get to live,
right,
if you work.
I mean, working the fields has become working the strip mall,
right? And we've basically, I mean, I'm not going to say that things haven't progressed, but like now it's just like, okay, now you get a TV or something, like instead of just a hard cot, now you got a fucking Serta mattress that you're fucking, $2,000 in debt for,
right?
Or whatever the fuck. I mean, like it's a more sophisticated system, but it's still essentially a form of fucking slavery. It's wage slavery. I mean, like this term exists.
Oh, got a little lag from TJ here. Uh-oh. TJ died. Well, we'll just wait and see if he comes back. Rest in peace, TJ. The powers that be. He was speaking too much truth. He was speaking way too much goddamn truth. And the powers that be shut him down. Yeah, the government. Government done shut TJ down. Censored by the Illuminati. Yep. Start the revolution, boys. Kick off the revolution, boys. Yeah, the government covered it up indeed. Let me reload Whereby here and see. Maybe he's waiting. Let me knock on heaven's door again. See what happens. Okay.
Government covered it up.
Yeah. Man, you're being stifled, TJ. Too much. You're dropping too many truth bombs over here.
I guess so.
The government doesn't want to hear it. So this is kind of this part about my ideology sucks, and I hate it because I'm a fundamentally empathetic person, but I genuinely see the problem that we're facing not as an economic problem, not as a political problem. I see the problem that we're facing as a psychological problem. There is a spell that has been cast over this country, and many people ascribe to it. And it is this idea of American exceptionalism, this idea that we have the best system in the world, this idea that this is the best we can do. Capitalism is the best we can do, and it should be defended at every turn. That spell has to be broken. And I think the only way you're going to get a mass amount of people to come out of that spell is for things to get so fucked up that there's no excusing it anymore. The reason you were talking earlier about how 5-6 days from now max, business as usual in Minneapolis, business as usual in LA. This man's name, a footnote in history, a little piece of trivia that gets brought up every once in a while anecdotally by people like us trying to make a case. The reason that it goes back to normal is because people are willing to accept that normalcy. They're willing to trade what they know, or at least should know, is correct for this status quo that's abusive to them.
Right.
And in order for them to break that spell, things are going to have to get so fucking bad that there's, once again, no excusing it anymore. There's nobody could credibly make the argument anymore.
Right.
And that's only going to happen if I think the first step for that is people have to reach a position of no confidence in the government. That's where I've been for years.
Right.
And that's what I'm really trying to do. I'm not necessarily trying to stop people from voting. I'm not trying to tear it all down myself. I can't do that. If I went and, a lot of people are like, man, if you believe in all this shit, why aren't you out there in the streets? It's like, because it would take 5 seconds for me to get
local fat man.
local fat man gunned down by hillbilly police officers in the middle of the street,
It's not going to make much difference. Yeah. No, I mean, I feel it. And I mean, look, I don't deny that could possibly be what has to happen. I hope that's not what has to happen, simply because I feel like we're every bit as likely to go towards like a more authoritarian state in that instance. I feel like, the big appeal of like fascism to people is, hey, we're going to restore dignity and we're going to restore national unity and we're going to get rid of all these out groups that are poisoning us and all this stuff. And that becomes very appealing rhetoric when things get really awful as well. So then you have a real struggle between, two very different ideologies. And, I don't know. I feel like, I don't deny that, accelerationism, I don't deny that the theory is right. I feel like, we've seen throughout history societies that collapse or reach the brink of collapse, are way more likely to embrace some radical new way of doing things. But I just worry that it's going to go in the wrong direction from there, and might be actually end up being something worse.
I mean, there have been times when society
run that risk, of course, but
there have been times in history when that type of mass societal collapse has led to a blossoming of human creativity and innovation.
Well, look, Germany, you can apply both of those standards to, because at the beginning of the collapse of Germany, there was all this great art and expressionism, and there was Dada and vaudeville, and there was like this very like what later was termed by the Nazis degenerate art. But it went through a period of like, who cares, like fucking the creativity and expression, and times are bad, but like and that but then of course the acolytes of order were like, no, we must have order, we must bring national unity and togetherness, and the Jews fucking fucked us, and whatever,
right?
And you get that kind of thing. But like before that, you had like 10, I don't know if it's 10 years quite, but it was about a decade of really great art and literature and entertainment, and a more of a decadent, hedonistic culture,
right? I mean, and out of the Dark Ages came the Renaissance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I agree with you, though. I agree that there is a chance that, let's say my scenario comes to pass, the vast majority of people in the country have no confidence in the government, have no confidence in the system of capitalism to sustain them anymore, and we end up with, something that's, if not worse, than the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in some way.
As people, maybe desire to get back to that order. And one, you kind of mentioned the Jews. People, when things get hard, people look for an enemy.
Yeah.
And it is a very politically expedient thing to demonize a group of people in order to defer the rage of the populace onto something other than the powers that be. Right, I think in this case, the best thing that I can do, and the best thing that people that feel like I do can do, is to really drive home who the fucking real enemy is here.
I absolutely agree with that.
People need an enemy, right? Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that.
Let them know. Let them know as much as you can. I mean, like, because if there's going to be a collapse, like, let people go into that collapse knowing, like, having an identifiable enemy. Like, it was the rich people, it was the upper class, it was the fucking elite class, it was them. They did it.
Right, and not only that, but the system by which they, enforced their control.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, like, well, like I said, I mean, in my video, they run everything. I mean, like that part was almost completely stolen from George Carlin, but it's true. So,
It is.
and
I mean,
of course, he didn't originate that thought either. I mean,
of course not.
everyone. This has been. I mean, like we've been. I mean, like this struggle we're talking about. This is not like some new, uniquely American struggle. This has been going on. Like this is, from back in, feudalism. It was the feudal lord and the monarch and the aristocracy, and then it was the robber baron, in the pre-30s America. And now it's the entrepreneur industrialist kind of thing. The mega rich. I mean, like our political system and process has been totally bought and paid for here. I feel like we're basically living under like a feudalism with extra steps.
Yes. And that's why, I'm an advocate for a different paradigm. That's why I'm not out here trumpeting communism or worker co-ops or, socialism or some soft socialism mixed with our current representative democracy.
Right.
I don't think those things go far enough. And once again, I lament the fact that I'm not a smart enough guy to fill in the blanks with regards to what kind of system needs to rise to replace this one. But
I kind of have I'm a little vague on those points as well, though. I mean, like I don't know the exact answers. I mean,
well, because there aren't exact answers right now,
right? And I mean, like whatever happens has to kind of form naturally as a will of like, whoever's creating it, obviously. But I don't have an exact system I recommend. All I know is that it's easy to be sort of reactive to the issues that I see in this culture and just say like, here's the things that the new system cannot have. You know what I mean?
Right.
But as far as like exactly what we're going to replace it with, I have no fucking clue. I think that some form of people controlled market system, whether that be co-ops or some other form, would probably be at least a good intermediary form. But I don't know.
Maybe so. The more I read about it and the more I learn about it, the more I become a fan of the idea of a resource-based economy, where just the idea of money is eradicated, where resources are allocated to people, equally based on their common humanity,
right,
and their needs.
I think that's definitely. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there is a tendency in human beings towards some form of hierarchy and competition that I think capitalism does a really good job of appealing to. So I think that some vestige of that, if not in our economic system, it would have to be represented elsewhere in some other sector of society to exercise that. I don't know if we could compete through art or we could compete through sports competition or whatever, or some mixture of different things. But
right.
I feel like there needs to be some sort of codification of an element of competition with one another, because I think that invigorates us. But when we can't tether it to something as important as the economy, whatever the economy might be, because it's great as a motivator, but it's also great to motivate you to slit someone's throat to what they have, or if you don't do that outright, exploit them in some way or something. So I think that removing the mechanism whereby you can advance yourself by exploiting someone else has to be somehow eliminated.
I agree. And that's a psychological change that needs to happen, because there is a fundamentally destructive. Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that the first conversation, well, not the first conversation you and I ever had, but the first real conversation you and I ever had underneath the lemon tree, or was it really a lemon tree? I don't remember. But
I think it was some kind of citrus tree.
Yeah, the first conversation we ever had, which lasted for days of sitting there and smoking copious amounts of weed and all this other stuff. One of the first things you explained to me was like, everything's psychology. That's my worldview. Everything to me reduces ultimately down to psychology, and I think that's always borne true for as long as I've known you. So.
I mean, it's fundamental. It was a really groundbreaking idea when it was introduced to me, and it seems pretty simple. But changing the system, if you don't change the hearts and minds of people, is just going to lead to more acrimony and more dissatisfaction with the system. People need to be convinced that their lives are worth more than endless toil for just enough to get by. And it seems like a simple thing to...
Yeah, you think that idea would really resonate with everybody, but
It doesn't. And look, I see the value in hard work. I've done a hard day's labor and felt the sense of satisfaction at the end of that day when you look back over all you've accomplished.
right, or even like even a small task like, I cooked those 2 steaks and I cooked some mashed potatoes and I cooked some asparagus, and Chelsea helped me too, of course, and just sitting down and seeing that plate full of the food I cooked was, I made this,
Right.
or I painted a painting. I can't show it, it's pornographic, but I mean, it was nice to be like, yes, I painted this picture.
Right.
There's a nice little feeling of satisfaction when you create something with your own 2 hands.
And that's what needs to be liberated in people. There's this stupid meme that gets passed around when you talk about anti-capitalism and you talk about a post-capitalist society, that the profit motive is the sole driver of innovation in human beings, which I think is just self-refuting. I think that there are a number of examples that I could give, but moreover, just the psychology of human beings. We are a collective species. We depend one upon the other. We were a tribal species before we were ever a civilizational species. Mm-hmm. So that drive is in us, and that desire, I believe, to create need not be driven by Rolexes and Lamborghinis or at least dreams of such things, because most people never get anywhere close to any of that.
Right. It's like the carrot that you can't ever reach.
Just the simple act of creating, and not only creating, but being free to create, having the barriers to your creation removed.
Right.
So you're not having to try and invent the new sliced bread while you're also working 80 hours a week in an Amazon fulfillment center. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Liberating people from the drudgery of manual labor, I believe, and maybe I'm a fucking crazy fuck for believing this, I believe would unleash a fucking tidal wave of creativity, a tidal wave of innovation, in humanity. I think that the world would change so fundamentally and so quickly, and that people would see the value in it. But they have to buy the premise first. They have to buy the premise that human beings can exist without money before we can even start talking about that. And that's the hardest psychological barrier, I think, that stands in front of people like you and me when it comes to convincing people that what's going on is not correct.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I think ultimately, on a long enough time scale, I probably agree with the elimination of currency. I don't know that the sort of intermediate, like I kind of don't think too far beyond my own death. So I'm kind of thinking about like what can I push for to happen, in the hopefully 30 or 40 years that I might have left on this planet.
Right.
Right. So I don't really see currency going away in that time. Now, I would hope that if I were to get a time machine and visit 200 years from now, if we're still a species, if we haven't fucking destroyed ourselves, I would hope to see that I was looking at a society where, either currency did not exist, or it existed in some other capacity, and it wasn't like this is what you need to live, maybe some sort of like social credit system or something, but not like what China has, because obviously they use that to control people. But
sure.
But some sort of more benign version of a social credit system. I don't think I'm going to see these things happen in my lifetime. But what I do think is actually feasible to happen in my lifetime would be a reining in, at least, of this capitalistic enterprise. I'd like to see at least the Bernie Sanders sort of vision of a social democracy where the markets do not have a hand in every sector of life, and you know, to the extent that they are around, we're siphoning money off of them to pay for, you know, robust social programs. Now, do I want to stop there? Absolutely not. But I think that's about as far as I could even imagine it being by the time that I wrap up my time in this mortal coil. But who knows?
Sure. I think that's a fundamental difference between the way that you and I think, because you know me well enough to know that my head is firmly planted in the distant future.
Right. You're a very future and past minded person.
Sure.
But yeah, I would say usually
When it comes to this, my mind is
way in the future. Yeah.
is way way in the future.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, by the way.
And almost to the detriment of just not even considering current time. Like my lifetime, my lifespan, I don't expect fucking anything but horribleness to happen during it. And I'm I've come to peace with that as best as a human being can.
Sure.
But I do feel like that while I'm here, I might change a mind or two.
Right.
I'm not talking about starting a movement or being some figurehead 1,000 years from now, where everybody looks back and goes, and then Paul Zigo came up with the great idea. I don't want to be that guy.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not trying.
I mean, like,
well, I guess I do want to be that guy. I wouldn't turn down the opportunity to be the savior of humanity, but I know I'm not.
Right.
But I want to play for the right team for however many more years that I'm here, and I just do not feel like continued participation in the system as it stands is playing for the right team.
Right.
And that's really where I think you and I kind of split.
Yeah. Let me think about that. Let me go grab something really quick, because seeing you smoke indoors has made me.
I knew it.
Crave an indoor cigarette. So
I knew it. I'm gonna go top off my drink, so everybody can
right. So everyone
sit here,
watching, sit down.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Just sit here and spam the N-word in chat because nobody's watching, and I'll be right back.
So, if you guys out there really enjoy like mashed potatoes, but you don't want to have to boil potatoes and all that stuff, and you don't really want that crappy box potatoes, the Bob Evans brand of microwave potatoes, believe it or not, is really fucking good. And if you cook steaks and you let them sit on the plate for a little bit, and then you take the juice that runs off of them and dump that in those potatoes along with a little bit of butter, and you stir that in, those potatoes will be almost as good as homemade mashed potatoes. So,
damn, I didn't think I was gone for that long. You'd fucking bust out a whole recipe in the 5 seconds I was gone.
I wasn't, but I was just telling them how to dress up some Bob Evans microwave mashed potatoes to make them really fucking good, especially if you're cooking like some steak. I was basically telling them, just dump the steak, like after you cook the steak, let it sit on a plate for like 5 minutes. Let that juice that you have on there, pour that in the potatoes, put a little butter in there. And when I say a little, I mean a lot, and stir that shit up, and it will be dope. Their potatoes are already really fucking good for microwave mashed potatoes, by the way. They're almost fucking homemade level.
I don't know. I'll have to try them.
I'll just next time you're doing an Instacart or going to the store or whatever, get some of those Bob Evans microwave mashed potatoes. I swear they're really fucking good for what they are.
I'll try that shit out.
Like, I mean, obviously they're not as good. I would never say they're as good as homemade mashed potatoes, but remarkably close for something as easy as they are.
I see. Good tips, TJ. Good tips.
Also, if you're going to cook I saw someone ask me earlier, but I was in the midst of an interesting conversation with Paul. I see a $14.99 person's come in, but don't cook a fucking New York strip rare. That's disgusting. Hab Money also, Paul, do you denounce Minneapolis protest riots as someone who doesn't believe in political violence? Is it unethical to you? I think that you've probably just come in because, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't condone all political violence or even most political violence, but I don't really look at what's going on in Minneapolis as political violence.
Yeah.
I look at it as self-preservation violence. You know, these people are being killed in the fucking streets in front of everybody. You know, there's something decidedly apolitical about that in my mind.
Right. I mean, like if you are being killed by state thugs, I don't think that it's out of line to demonstrate even somewhat violently. I haven't heard of anyone. I think there was actually someone who got shot somewhere. I think it was a pawn shop owner that shot a looter or something. But, you know, I mean, obviously riots are dangerous. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a touchy subject, but I can't deny that I felt the same kind of sense of glee that you did that some shit was jumping off somewhere.
I can't help it. There's just something too fundamental to my nature to ignore. Like, I cannot pretend that I'm not happy when a riot happens, especially when it's over something I think is unjust. You know, like if I believe in the cause behind it,
right?
Which I do. So,
did you see that lady in a wheelchair get sprayed with a fire extinguisher right in the face?
That was awesome.
What a world! What a great world we live in.
It was actually great. She was I keep hearing her described as an old lady. She was not old. She was like 30 something, and she was trying to stab people. So, she did.
I didn't know that.
She well deserved to get sprayed in the face with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I did not know that.
She was standing at the entrance of a store, letting white people pass, but attacking black people with a knife. So,
okay,
that bitch. They should have taken that fire extinguisher up her head.
They should have just tied that bitch's wheelchair to a truck and pulled her ass around town.
She can actually walk, by the way.
Oh, of course.
So, yeah, there's another thing.
Defending the target. What a good little capitalism warrior she is, you know?
Yeah, it was pretty pathetic, in my opinion.
It's beyond fucking pathetic.
And then, of course, there was all kinds of right-wing Twitter accounts. Look at this poor old woman who was attacked. It's like, shut up. She was stabbing people. Fuck her. I don't give a fuck. If someone's trying to stab you, you have a right to do anything to them.
Imagine being 80, wheelchair bound, and if she wasn't 80.
She was in her 30s. See, these are the kind of lies that get propagated.
Right.
We're talking about some 30-year-old fat bitch who's going around in a wheelchair she doesn't need, trying to stab people to defend the target. I mean, fuck her. I don't care. I wish she was dead.
Pick a better martyr for your cause here. I mean, that's pretty indefensible.
Because she was a disgusting fuck. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter.
No need to. Some people just won't get it. Some people are never going to get it.
But I don't care. Even if she was 80, if she's trying to stab people, you have the right to blow some fucking fire, some nitro, what is it? Whatever it is, in her fucking face.
You got the right to do a lot more than that, in my fucking opinion. Somebody comes at me with a knife. You know, I'm no fighter or anything, but I'm gonna try and fucking put that person down to the best of my ability. So she probably lucked out just getting hosed.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was a. I mean, like I haven't fucking heard of these protesters attacking anybody. I mean, maybe they have. I don't know. I haven't heard of that yet. Maybe it'll get to that point, but so far, all I've heard about is property damage to giant corporate buildings. So,
which, you know, once again, sad. I mean, very, very sad to see these rich people.
Read my reply to your comment on your riot video, please. Why do I feel like I'm going to regret this?
You are, because you are. You have good senses for this shit.
Listen.
I mean, at this fucking point, you just know. You know when some stupid bullshit is coming. You know,
I know this is going to be bad because anyone who's that desperate to have a comment read, it's probably going to be a really dumb comment. But let's see. Maybe I'll be pleasantly fucking surprised.
Maybe.
Okay.
Every once in a blue moon.
Hold on, I'm struggling against the new YouTube dashboard that we're mandated to use.
Don't you love that fucking thing, by the way?
Oh god, I love it so much. I love how all the features that I knew where they were are now elsewhere.
Yep.
I love how YouTube thinks that moving shit around is fucking some kind of progress. All right, so you said it was on my comments, so I'm looking for it now. Hold on. And your name is Serve the Flesh or some bullshit. I'm not seeing it. I just went through every comment that's appended to mine, and I don't see your shit. So I don't know.
Why don't you just make the comment here?
Yeah.
Just why we got to go on a fucking Easter egg hunt? Just say what you got to say here.
Yeah. Post your fucking comment again in the fucking chat here.
Like we're here now. Let's do it. Like what the fuck's going on? Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that clears it up a little bit. I'm glad that I don't have to feel as adversarial towards you as I did, in the beginnings, because I really don't think our positions are that far apart.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to convey that before, but I don't know that I got it.
I just get very defensive. I've got very, very strict.
Well, you get come at a lot by some stupid fucking people. So
I do.
Understandable.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, I was kind of going at it on Twitter today. I jumped back into Twitter like balls deep. It's been like 6 months since I made a tweet, and then all of a sudden I'm just, I'm tweeting away like a fucking idiot.
I noticed that.
But
I did troll you a little earlier, though.
I know. Well, whatever. we were doing a one trolling back. That's part of the fun of Twitter for me.
It is.
Yeah. But one of the most I think maddening things that I get accused of is being lazy. Now, I fully admit I'm a lazy fuck, but this idea that I've come up with this whole complex ideology and kind of political philosophy just so I don't have to leave the house on one day to check a box in a booth. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like I'm lazy.
Right.
But I'm not that fucking lazy. And then on top of that, spend hours and hours and hours and hours of my fucking free time arguing with people about it. It just makes no sense.
I really, I think that the arguments that are put forth to people who don't, and I'm more sympathetic to this because I was a non-voter for the last presidential election I voted in was fucking John Kerry, so I haven't voted in a presidential election anyway in a long time. And I've heard all these stupid arguments, and I know how they come across, so I try not to make those exact arguments, and I definitely don't think that there's any point in trying to like pressure people into voting or because I understand exactly why people don't want to participate in this horrible broken system. I mean, it's awful.
Right. I mean, and that somebody said if Paul was lazy, he would just use a mail-in ballot. Guess how I voted in every election I've ever voted in. You know what I mean? I was in California. I'd get an absentee ballot, and I'd spend 5 or 10 minutes reading it over and checking off the boxes, and I'd throw that thing postage paid back in my mailbox, and it was gone. Like it took me 15 minutes on the upper end. So it's like take the lazy argument off the table here. All right, and deal directly. Now you can think I'm stupid. I'm fine with that, but just trying to outright dismiss everything that I say, everything I spend all this time talking about, as me just trying to justify like not doing anything. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's silly. It's really just dumb.
And then that's the other thing that I get accused of, by the way, is not advocating doing nothing, which I don't think I've ever advocated. People will say, Paul believes that like doing nothing is gonna magically bring about change. It's like you listen to 5 seconds or whatever of what I've said and just kind of made your mind up.
People are really bad about jumping to stupid conclusions, though. So
I don't even give them the credit for that. I think most of the people that do that are being disingenuous, and I'll tell you why. I think it's because the things that I say make them uncomfortable.
I gotcha.
It makes them uncomfortable to think about that the system that they've fucking paid their lives into and spent so much time defending is bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. So
There's
apparently, that serve the flesh person. What they wanted to know is if I'm tired of raging in front of the camera, why I haven't branched into other mediums. Okay, so I wasn't specifically bitching about the act of bitching in front of the camera. I actually do other things in other mediums. I paint, I write, um, I have dreams of getting involved in film at some point, even though I'm 35 and my life is kind of ticking away, but I still have ambitions of at least doing a few films at some point. But what I was talking about is I'm tired of having no actual ability to affect the sort of change that I want to in this country. It wasn't about the medium of expression. It was because I'm perfectly satisfied doing this, but
Yeah, I mean, I understand that feeling, but you need to realize that you're way more powerful than you give yourself credit for. Like, you've got reach that 99.9% of humanity can only dream about having.
sure.
You know what I mean? Honestly. I mean, your ideas spread farther and wider than your average person's ideas by an order of magnitude.
Right. But there's a downside to that too, because like I saw a lot of the stuff, a lot of the groundwork that I laid in creating basically single-handedly the genre of anti-SJW videos. I saw that transform into a recruitment vehicle for the alt-right. So I have maybe sometimes too much of a recognition of the kind of influence I have, and I realize also that at a certain point, what you put out there into the ether, you lose control of.
Sure.
So,
it's a double-edged sword.
Paintings, man. Okay, well, I can't really. I mean, I would show you the painting I've done because I just got back into it, but unfortunately, it would basically
It's
be
explicit.
It's explicitly pornographic. So
It's got vaginas and titties and ass and dicks in it.
yes, it's I can describe it. I think.
Yeah, what is it?
That much. So there's a robust bearded man sitting on a dirty couch in a dank and horrible room with a massive penis draped over his leg, and chained to the wall there is a woman with a gaping asshole with cum leaking out of it. So there is my.
This sounds like a masterpiece.
It does, doesn't it? It's not as well made as you might imagine.
Fuck, man. I'm almost willing to put Highdeology on the line and just say, bust that bitch out. The people need to see this shit.
Yeah.
You had me at cum leaking asshole, my friend.
Yeah, maybe I'll come up with some manner of.
There's got to be some way for you to put it. I mean, you can put it on your Twitter, couldn't you?
Do something.
Twitter can have porn on it, can it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's erotic art and abstract. Art is beautiful, bro. I agree. Put it on new grounds. Yeah, maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. Auction this timeless art.
I mean, fuck it. I got a backup channel. No, I'm kidding. Let's not tempt the bear.
I think it's a little too explicit to show on YouTube.
Damn.
But,
darn it.
If it just had nudity, I think I could probably get away with that. But
Yeah, post
put
it
it on the
Pornhub.
DFF subreddit. I don't know. We'll see. You might see it one of these days. Who knows?
Maybe TJ just wants to keep that one to himself. Maybe that's just art for him to enjoy. He doesn't want to share it with the masses and the plebs.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I can't create art, or at least not visual art like that. You know what I mean? That's just not in the cards for me. I got no drive in me whatsoever to draw or paint.
If you guys are an hour away from the protests in Minnesota, would you risk getting COVID to be a part of history? That is what I'm faced with. Me and Chelsea were sitting here talking the other night. We're like, if this was going down in New Orleans, we'd be there.
I mean, yeah, I got to believe I would be too. I don't believe you necessarily. I mean, you risk getting COVID just by being alive right now. So,
right. And I mean, like, obviously, if you're in a riot zone, there's more immediate concerns probably than COVID. But, I mean, I wouldn't go there with an expectation of safety, but I'd probably be there. I mean, honestly, if for no other reason than to stream the fucking thing.
Right. Just to be another camera there to catch any malfeasance that goes down.
Like, who knows, film what the police are doing, film what the people protesting are doing, try to talk to some people.
Yeah.
But,
I must agree. Have y'all ever had crazy teeth issues like a dental surgery? Nah.
I have bad teeth, but I haven't had any major dental surgeries.
I've only had one cavity my whole life. Now that's also I haven't been to a dentist in 10 years, so I have a feeling that cavity might have multiplied.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to make films, but I mean, it's a very difficult thing to break into. But I don't know. I did watch a very inspirational speech by Joe Bob Briggs, my favorite TV host, I guess, and it kind of relit a little bit of that passion. So I was thinking about trying to come up with some kind of. The problem is most of my ideas would require like $300 million to make. So I need to think a little smaller, maybe.
I'm telling you, man. Telling you, chamber film, TJ.
Yeah, I do have actually one concept for a chamber film, but I guess I'd have to sit down and write it out.
Blood in the elevator, TJ. I'm telling you, it was speaking to me.
Yeah, I know that elevators are genuinely scary to me.
It has to happen, man.
I don't want to give away too much of what you're thinking about, but I
mean, at this point, does it matter?
I don't know, does it?
I don't know.
It's up to you. I mean, it's your concept.
I don't know, man. It just is. What's a chamber film? It's a film that's primarily filmed in one single location.
Yes. So a good example of a chamber film would be, say, Rope by Alfred Hitchcock. That's a good chamber film. Saw, the original Saw, was kind of a chamber film. There were some scenes that took place outside of that room, but the majority took place in the one room.
There's a number of horror films that fit the bill. There's this really fun one that I watched that I never hear anybody talk about called Would You Rather?
12 Angry Men. That's a great example.
12 Angry Men is a total 100% pure chamber film.
A great example of it, by the way.
Both versions great as well.
Yes, and then obviously the original I think is better, but
yes.
Honestly the remake is not bad. Some great.
It's absolutely stacked with fucking amazing actors: Jack Lemmon, George C. Scott. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Oh, George C. Scott is one of my favorite actors. He basically single-handedly, him and Brad Dourif got me to sit through The Exorcist 3, despite there being some things that really annoyed me about that film. But
yes.
Oh
yeah, Cube.
Cube is a chamber film.
Cube was probably
Lighthouse, I guess.
Kinda. I haven't seen The Lighthouse yet, so.
Oh, you got to see The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, I know you probably heard it before, but
I'm currently trying to slog my way through Uncut Gems.
Gotcha. I've been reluctant. Clerks. Yeah, Clerks is a chamber film, sort of. Mostly takes place in one location.
Yep.
Yeah, Cube. They just kind of dressed up the room differently each time.
Cube was an enormously influential movie for me.
Oh yeah, I mean, really. I can see the influence in the concept we've talked about. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, there's a lot of great chamber films out there. I really enjoy the economy of a chamber film for sure.
Yes,
The Hateful Eight. Yeah,
good point. Yeah, that is a chamber film. Yeah. So people are coming up with some great examples of chamber films. So anyone who didn't understand what it was before should probably have a pretty solid idea.
Cheers. Cheers is a chamber show.
Well, most sitcoms are chamber shows. I mean, like, they build a set and then most of the stuff happens at that set.
Bang Bus. Yeah, that's a chamber porn.
Does The Shining count? No, that's a huge set.
The Overlook Hotel is way too expansive and divided into way too many different sets. And
yeah, that's not a chamber film.
Reservoir Dogs.
It's a great movie.
I mean, Reservoir Dogs is pushing it. There's a significant portion of the movie is a chamber film, but there's enough outside flashback stuff that I kind of don't really consider it a chamber film.
I would say if it's not a chamber film, it's close.
It's on the edge.
I don't know, about 127 hours. Great new video, TJ. Thank you.
You ever seen the movie Exam, TJ?
Exam. I don't know that I have. No.
That's a cool movie, man. You should check it out. It's kind of a crazy. It's a chamber film as well. I don't want to ruin anything. You can't really talk about the plot of Exam without ruining it, but
Well,
definitely
I'm
worth checking out.
I understand Joe Bob is doing Cannibal Holocaust on his next show.
Ooh, I'll have to check that out.
That one's that's hard for even some horror fans to watch. I don't think it'd be hard for me. I've never seen it though, so I don't know.
I've seen it.
Have y'all seen Parasite yet? No, I keep meaning to.
I saw Parasite. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have really. It's really hard for me to watch a serious film. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, it's not though. That's the thing.
Okay, cool.
It's strangely comedic. I mean, it has it's clearly serious in tone, but it's a strangely comedic film, and really just watchable. You know, I know that's
Well, I'll check it out.
That's a real vague fucking praise to heap upon a movie, but it's just the pacing is great, the characters are great, the story and conceit is great, the ending is insane. It's a good movie.
By the way, Chelsea, they're doing that thing I told you they should do on Shudder with a Joe Bob show about how like when the licenses run out, they're like gonna just play the Joe Bob parts.
Oh,
that's
that's
why
cool.
that's why I have a Shudder subscription. I love Joe Bob Briggs. He's like one of my heroes. So
Yeah, I got a Shudder subscription about a month ago, and I've watched a couple of his. I'm starting to get into it. I'm starting to dig it.
it really, I don't know. He's like he was like a father figure to me when I was growing up. So like
Yeah.
that Monster Vision shit. It was like he was almost like maybe more of like an uncle figure. now that I
Sure.
think about it. Like check out this crazy shit, you know? It's like, all right, cool. Thanks, Uncle Joe Bob.
I don't think I ever held him in that much esteem, but man, I fucking loved Monster Vision when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean,
For
I
sure.
watched it for I don't know the entire time it was on, but man, that was like he exposed me to so many fucking cool movies when I was growing up. Back in the TNT days.
Yeah, Cannibal Holocaust is not a good movie. It doesn't just kind of suck. It out and out sucks.
I didn't expect it would actually be good. So
Yeah.
I know that there's some like shocking moments or whatever. So
Yeah. A bunch of people eating raw meat and shit. I mean, that's what you get to see.
gotcha.
And some really, really, well done practical corpses, but
Did you guys see that they're burning down the police station in Minneapolis? Oh, that's terrible.
oh man, I hope they stop.
I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope they don't continue on to the courthouse and the seat of city governance. And
That would be awful. I sure hope that doesn't happen.
and boy, I sure do hope they don't start targeting ever more corporations. People bleeding Minneapolis dry and tacitly supporting the murder of fucking black people by cops in the streets.
That would be awful. I hope that doesn't happen at all.
Me too, man. If it does happen, though, I only hope it happens in Minecraft.
Yes, that's when I hope it's very Minecraft.
I
thing.
think that, honestly, the people of Minneapolis ought to rise up, and anybody that is living in a house that would require an income over $75,000 or $80,000 a year, I think should be burned to the fucking ground in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Chelsea, I hear your laughter. Yeah, she's laughing in there, back there. Rise up in Minecraft.
Time to burn it to the ground. Burn it all to the ground in Minecraft.
Did you see Trump's tweets about it saying, hey, you're insulting George's memory, so we're going to get the National Guard to fix that? Oh, God. Let me see this.
Oh, Trump's on the case.
Professor Trump is on the case.
Well,
Let's see
good for
what
him.
he's got to say. Our beloved leader is up to. Oh, dear leader. I can't stand back and watch this happen to a great American city, Minneapolis. A total lack of leadership. Either the very weak radical left mayor, Jacob Frey, get his act together and bring the city under control, or I will send in the National Guard and get the job done right. These thugs are dishonoring the memory of George Floyd, and I won't let that happen. Just spoke to Governor Tim Walz and told him that the military is with him all the way. Any difficulty, and we will assume control. But When the looting starts, the shooting starts. Thank you. Awesome.
Well, I agree with him. He said he's going to go in there and shut down the thugs, man. He's going to send the National Guard to shoot the fucking cops. Cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh,
About
wait.
time.
He's not talking about the cops, is he?
Oh, no, I guess not. What a great leader.
Yeah. What a proud time to be alive.
God, he's magnificent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Resplendent.
I love the fact that you can get away with anything by just appending it within Minecraft. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Trump should have put that at the end of his tweet.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
The wall will be built in Minecraft.
We will be assuming control. It's like, uh-oh.
Of Minecraft.
In Minecraft. We'll be shooting any of these thugs looting in Minecraft. Good old Trumpy.
They hammer the message of maybe civilized society are the real savages way too hard and outright state it instead of letting that message speak for itself.
Who?
I don't know. I'm lost with that comment. That's one of the downsides to these ideologies, man, is like people have their own conversations going on and then I jump in because I see like a big block of text and I read something that's completely out of context.
Yeah, that does suck.
Oh, well. Oh, fucking well.
Yeah. Oh, I guess he was talking about Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh.
Pump and Gump would be a great chamber film. No, that has to be way more expansive than a chamber film.
Oh, yeah. You can't have a Forrest Gump film in one room. He's got a Pump and Gump all over the fucking
like the
world.
whole point is that he's got a Pump and Gump throughout history.
Yeah. Know? He's got to be present at all kinds of historical events and Pump and Gump his way through them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like if we're updating it, maybe he could fuck Ronald Reagan up the ass or something accidentally.
Not intending for this to be a gotcha or anything, but what if all this was happening in your neighborhood and the rioters were in your streets and in your front yard? I don't know what I'd do. I do.
I mean, I kind of do too.
Join up.
I mean, that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, like that's just from a survival. Like, even if you didn't even give a shit about what they were one of you,
yes,
I support this. Even if it was like totally antithetical to your beliefs, you should still probably do that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a peaceful guy, but if a bunch of orcs show up on my fucking front doorstep, the first thing I'm gonna say is, "Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys." I'm gonna grab my fucking rusty ass sword and my fucking disheveled armor, and I'm gonna shamble out there and fucking fight for the Dark Lord. I'm not gonna sit in my house and wait to be burned out. Fuck that.
I've always sympathized with the orc agenda. Have you guys had that Sour Patch cereal since the cereal episode? No. I mean, it's a novelty. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's not really something you'd want to eat like regularly. I mean,
I have a little different perspective on that. I've done a lot of drugs in my life. I've experimented with a lot of mind-altering substances, and I'm telling you, man, I have never disliked the way a substance made me feel more than when I ate 2 bowls of that fucking Sour Patch cereal.
Fair enough.
That shit fucked me right up. Never again.
Any video game ideas? No, I don't have any video game ideas.
Oh, dude, I'm brimming over with video game ideas, dude. Man, that's one of the things that if I ever became a billionaire or something, I'd set up a video game studio and just snipe all the best talent. You know what I mean? I'd go to all these fucking I'd go to Blizzard and fucking Rockstar and all these big, AAA developers, and just meet with all these fucking game devs and be like, so how do they treat you here? Oh, it's pretty good. I make from $600,000 a year, and my workspace has got like a gym in it and a whole chill area and blah 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 blah. And I'd be like, I'm a fucking billionaire. I can beat that. How about we double that salary and literally, your workplace is Disneyland now. How's that? Just make a fucking badass game.
We got a roller coaster here,
Yep. What do you guys want? You know what I mean?
Fucking supermodels blowing you under your desk. I mean, whatever the fuck you need. I don't know
if that's what they want.
You know, this
You
is
know what
gonna
I
be
mean?
like fucking paradise for you.
Oh,
Just
it would
make
be badass, dude. I would have, and see, I don't necessarily, I wouldn't want to exclusively push my ideas either. I just want to let these people, I'd get these people together, all these fucking super talented people, and I'd be like, look, chances are you love what you do, but you've been forced to make games that you weren't really into. You had to work on games that weren't your concept. I want each and every one of you that works here to get your concept. Whatever it is, that game that's been burning in your fucking head that you've always wanted to make, and we're just going to go down the line, we're going to make them. You know what I mean? We're going to make all of them. Every goddamn concept you've got. We'll pull names out of a hat, and whoever gets pulled, their concept goes first, and we're just going to keep doing that. Yeah, dude. I'd love to see video game development like released from the shackles of the corporate fucking nonsense and just let them be. Just free them to be creative. Modern AAA is awful. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But I don't blame the game developers. There's so many fucking talented people making these games. They're just being forced to make shit.
Valve makes their games like that.
Yeah, well, Valve, I would beat the shit. Like, my first order of business would be to stalk Gabe Newell and beat the shit out of him in front of everybody. Literally. In Minecraft. Stalk him in Minecraft and beat the fuck out of him. There's a new fucking king in town. Time to close the valve. I gotta come up with a cool name for my game studio, though.
Nuke Studio. I don't know. In Minecraft. McDonald's has fallen. Code red. This is not a drill. McDonald's has fallen. Oh my God, no.
They're burning the.
No.
Okay, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. They
These
burned the
protests
McDonald's.
have gone too far. I don't know. Let's see.
Okay, these protesters. All right, Trump, send in the National Guard.
Send in the National Guard.
Forget everything I've set up until this point. All right, they've gone too far.
They've gone too fucking far. Fuck with my McDonald's, you son of a bitch.
How dare they? Can you imagine? Yeah, I bet the smell of a burning McDonald's is either delicious or horrible. One of the two.
Probably a little bit of both.
Maybe horribly delicious.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Well, you know, I will say a burning McDonald's is actually kind of pretty.
I mean, a burning any building is kind of pretty.
Yeah. Here. I don't know how I can.
You've got a flaming McDonald's.
Yeah, I got to get it right where I am. I don't know. I guess I can't show it.
Well, shit. Put it in the chat.
Yeah, all right.
Whereby, and I'll just pull it up.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Stick it up there in that chat. I'll stick that motherfucker up.
Burning McDonald's. Burning McDonald's. Burning McDonald's. Burning McDonald's. Burn. Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. I was liking the song. Oh my god, that is. Hold on, let's.
It's purty.
Wow, check that out, man. It's a shame, but it's a pretty shame. Holy fuck.
Burn, motherfucker. Burn. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We be loving it. At least my fries won't be cold.
Be a little overcooked, but whatever. At least they're crisp.
They'll be nice and crispy.
So I went back to the doctor today, TJ.
Oh yeah.
I had a moment at the doctor. So I went in to get a cardio sonogram. I don't know if you ever had one of these.
I don't know what that is. No.
They lube your chest up with gel, and then it's kind of like what they do when a woman's pregnant.
Yeah.
They get like the sonogram, but it's for your heart. And so the whole process, I'm laying there with my shirt off, this jelly all over my tits, and this broad is, pushing this thing all over me and taking notes and shit. 20 minutes or so it took for her to do it. And at the end of it, I'm standing up, putting my shirt on and shit. And she goes, yeah, you know, if I saw something that really concerned me, I'm not allowed to talk to you about it. The doctor's going to have to talk to you about it. So he'll take a look at it in the next couple of days. And until then, no news is good news. And I was like, you can't give me any kind of you know, reassurance here that I'm not going to just fucking croak. Like, you know, your heart's about ready to explode, but I'm just the sonogram, you know, nurse. I can't tell you that. 2 days from now, the doctor will get to it, though.
Hey, is that dude still alive?
It's like, oh shit.
Oh wow, he is. Okay, Jesus, I didn't expect that.
But I'm now on a litany of fucking medication, man. I'm on medication out my fucking asshole. I'm on two different types, but two different blood pressure medications, an anti-anxiety medication, and now Lipitor on top of that because my cholesterol is out of control. Fuck me, man.
Shocking.
But at least the doctor was happy when I told her I'd quit smoking.
That's just totally true.
Yeah. And that I didn't indulge in drugs, too.
It's important to be honest with your doctor.
You got to be honest. You got to be straight up with your doctor, you know.
Yeah, you got to do that. Did the Vosh debate happen? No, that hasn't happened yet. I think you'd have heard about that if it had.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look, dude, everybody seems to be in a big rush for it to happen. And number two here, let's stop calling it a debate.
Yeah.
Because that's not, I'm not interested in having a debate. A debate, in my mind, has a moderator and an audience and, you know, strict time limits on speaking and very strictly defined topics. That's not what I'm doing. You know, Vosh and I are going to have a little chit-chat. We're going to have a conversation.
Yeah, that's what I did.
One neckbeard to another.
The Vosh conversation sounds boring, though. Well, then be bored, faggot.
Yeah, who invited you, you dumb fuck?
Did you see Biden farted during an interview? Yeah, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, I mean, who cares that he fart? I mean, yeah, it's funny. But, I mean, him farting it almost humanizes him. You know what I mean?
Let's watch the fart. You can go watch it on your own.
Yeah.
Fart.
It's everywhere. It's really not that impressive either. And it very well could just be a leather chair, you know what I mean? Squeaking or whatever the fuck. You know how those do. I'm pretty sure it was a fart, though. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure that he dropped ass, but so did I about 5 minutes ago. Nobody noticed.
It wasn't just a fart. It was, in fact, a shart. Okay.
Well, unless you fucking jumped Joe Biden right after that live stream and pulled his drawers down and checked, I'm going to go ahead and regard that with skepticism.
Oh, yeah.
Vosh will come out of the conversation with Paul a broken man with a new 99% pessimistic view of the world. I doubt that. I don't think either Vosh or I is going to come out of it with any fundamentally different ideas. But the idea is that the conversation happened. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit. Gorilla doesn't like me.
What?
Yeah. He said, hey, Paul, I want to say I love you as a human. You're doing a good job. However, I don't appreciate TJ being on the stream. Oh, man. I didn't know. What did I do to piss off Gorilla? What the fuck?
I don't know, but you better make that shit right, man.
I don't know, because, I mean, he's pretty tough.
Pretty tough doesn't even fucking cover it, TJ.
Yeah.
He could decimate you. He could actually reduce you to tenths.
I know. It's crazy. Fight me, TJ. I don't want to fight you, Gorilla. What did I do to upset you? I don't even know what I did.
Let me tell you what's going to happen when I talk to Vosh, okay? Let's just be real. Let's drop the fucking humble shit for now, and let's just be real. Here's how the Vosh conversation is going to go down, right? He's going to start in with his spiel, right? And by the time he's done, I will be ready to unload. And I will unload, and he will literally be reduced to a blubbering heap on his own stream. A blubbering, crying, whining, jiggling heap. And he'll beg me for mercy. Please, Paul, please. Stop proving me wrong. Stop, and I won't. I'll just continue to belligerently badger him until he kills himself in Minecraft.
Right there.
Right there on top of his fucking brand new house that he built in Minecraft. He's going to jump off and take a bunch of fall damage, and it's over for him. Over. Maybe I should do the Vosh interview in Minecraft.
Yeah.
So that we can get real theoretical with it, so that I can say all the shit that I'm not allowed to say.
Because it's in Minecraft.
Yeah. I think all politicians should be rounded up and guillotined in Minecraft.
2020 TJ is way better than 2019 TJ. Why was 2019 TJ so bad? I don't know. Whatever, he's dead. Who cares? This Paul versus Vosh discussion needs to be hyped up WWE style.
I'll paint my face up and put on a fucking unitard and shit. Or what's that one that Andre the Giant used to wear? A singlet. Yeah, that had the one arm, you know what I mean? Yeah. Uh-oh. TJ died again. TJ's dead. Someone shot him in his head. TJ's dead. Is Paul eventually going to talk to Vosh? I don't think it would go well, but I'd love to see it. What makes you think it wouldn't go well? What about a conversation with Vosh makes you think it wouldn't go well? Yeah, Gorilla got him. Yeah. Clearly, that's what happened. TJ has been terminated. You have removed TJ? Damn, Gorilla. You so mean. You such a meanie, Gorilla. Paul drop avalanche. Shh. No talking openly about Operation Avalanche, okay? You know the drill. Excuse me. There he is again. There he is again.
I died in Minecraft. I did not steal Gorilla's banana, okay? I bought that banana at a store.
Says you.
TJ thwarted the gorilla attack. Yes, you did. Fuck you, Gorilla. I didn't do that. You're just lying at this point. You just have it out for me for no reason.
Did you just say "fuck you, Gorilla"?
Yeah, you know what? If
You're
he's
in
gonna
trouble
anyway, then fuck him.
Oh man, it's been nice knowing you, TJ.
You know what? You've been looking for the animal that can beat fucking Gorilla. You found him.
Let me tell you how this goes down. So after the stream tonight, right?
Yeah.
TJ goes back to his painting. He really wanted to do a little more work on the foreskin of that giant cock of the dude sitting on the dirty couch. It's a little bit more detail to be added, a little bit more veininess to be added, right? And so he's hunched over, painting a cock, right? And all of a sudden he hears a door creak open. He looks around. He says, "Chelsea?" No answer. "Salvador?" No answer. And then he turns around, looks into his kitchen. It's not Gorilla. It's a bunch of bananas with a note attached to it saying, "TJ, you've keistered your last banana, you faggot." And as you're reading the note, big, strong, dark, hairy hands close around your throat. It's Gorilla, TJ. He strangles the fucking life out of you and then puts you face down on your painting so it looks like you're sucking that dude's dick on the couch, and that's how you're found by the cops, TJ. Blowing a dude sitting on the couch.
Damn. Brutal.
Isn't it fucked?
Brutal. It's brutal. I can't even handle it. It's too much for me.
Yeah, it was his leg hands. He strangles you with his leg hands, TJ. He doesn't even give you the fucking respect to strangle you with his arms. He uses his feet hands to do it.
Damn.
Gorilla, I can't breathe. Okay, too soon.
Too soon.
The last thing TJ hears is ooga booga. Dude, Gorilla does not say ooga booga, okay? He's...
Gorilla's a gentleman, all right?
Yeah. Okay, he's not a fucking caveman.
He's a sophisticated creature with dignity and grace. He doesn't say fucking ooga booga.
Ooga booga. Oh, man. What the fuck has the world come to?
I don't know. It's pretty sad.
Well, now that I've roundly defeated you in our debate, TJ, I'm not sure what else to talk about. You got any, now that I've humbled you and forced you to acquiesce to my position,
Yeah.
and repudiate all of your own personal positions and replace them with mine.
Yeah.
What else do we do? What do we do with our time,
I'm not sure.
I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish tonight.
Okay.
I've utterly destroyed you.
I don't have anything left, so.
Tell everybody how destroyed you are.
I came here expecting to do all right, but then Paul just laid down the fucking logic smackdown, and I just was I had no answers. And before I knew it, I just found myself almost like involuntarily retreating to the point where, it just became embarrassing. And,
It really was embarrassing.
here I am,
Really
just destroyed. I was wrecked by Paul's fucking logic, dude. Fucking logic.
Oh shit. Well, I've been streaming for about 2 hours. You came in, you've been doing an hour and a half. You put out a video today. You're probably tired.
No.
You probably got smegma to paint on that big old uncircumcised cock on that painting.
I could go all night, Paul. I don't give a fuck.
You can go all night.
I can go all night. I can go all night, Paul. You just
All night long.
I could go till this time tomorrow night and be fine. I am a fount of endless energy.
Can you lend me some?
I wish.
Because I got none, man. I got none.
Go for as long as the fires burn.
So I guess I could tell you this now that it's, I think, over. For the last... I want to say for the last 9 months or so, maybe even a little longer, I have been literally, not figuratively, tearing my beard out with anxiety during shows. I'll try and explain this to you. I was talking to Amelia about this the other day. So I got this facility, right, in my head. And you've seen me use it a lot. It's that improvisational thing where I can come up with a stupid character and a narrative right away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When I'm doing that, I'm going through that, it's like my brain completely takes over and that narrative becomes my world and I'm able to just describe what I'm seeing. It's a very strange feeling and I've always been able to do it since I was a kid. It's like going into a different headspace. And that headspace is also intimately connected with my anxiety. So what was happening is I'm doing the show with you guys, right? And I'm trying to get into that headspace of improvisational comedy and coming up with stupid little characters and narratives. But then a narrative that does not serve the show whatsoever, right, starts happening in my head. What if you had a heart attack right now on the show?
Right.
And it doesn't stop there. It goes insane because that's how I am. You know how I am. It's detail upon detail upon detail. So it's not just, what if you had a heart attack? It's the paramedics would come and you'd be begging them to help you and they'd strap you down to a gurney. Your girlfriend would be crying. You'd be alone in the back of that ambulance, feeling yourself slip away as they pumped on your chest. I see the whole fucking thing happen.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I'm so freaked the fuck out and anxious that I'm literally and I'm trying desperately to listen to what you, or even harder, no disrespect, Scotty says.
Yeah.
And barely able to fucking do it, dude. So thank you for not firing me over the last year. Because I've been a fucking mess.
It didn't. I don't think it affected your performance that much.
Well, that's
I mean,
very generous of you, TJ. But
for sure, it might have had some impact.
let's be real here. I mean, I feel better now. You know, I just have to be on a whole litany of pharmaceuticals to be a normal person. But here I be, you know.
Well, that's good. You know,
You remember Paul from 1 year ago? Oh, me
it
too.
is what it is.
That was peak Paul.
They say.
2018 Paul was peak Paul, man.
Brianna Camp, I noticed a decline in quality for sure. As if you know what quality is, you fucking bitch. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know anything about you, Brianna. I just thought that was be a funny comeback.
It was.
Thomas Orahek, $5. Cool.
2018 was 2 years ago. Oh yeah. You're right.
Paul is like a third-rate Chris Farley. What? I don't really see the similarity. Other than they're both fat. That's about it.
Well, that's all it takes. I'm every fat man, and every bearded man in the world is me.
You look like brothers for real.
Brothers?
Beards?
Yeah, we're both fat and we both have beards, so we're
I guess that's all it takes. Just you're really right about that.
We're brothers.
Paul is the living embodiment of the podcast. Paul is fine now, like magic.
Bring. Yep.
Humans share 99% of their DNA or whatever. I don't know what you're talking about. What happened to the Lolgic series, Paul? Yeah, Paul.
You mean
the
the
next Lolgic coming out?
The series that I haven't made an episode of in 8 years.
Yeah, what happened to that? When's the next one?
I don't know, man. Lolgic. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm a little bored with the idea of arguing with stupid ass fucking religious people.
Why, Paul? Smoke.
Oh, sorry, Gorilla.
Lolgic, sir. Time is weird. Good point. What about the misadventures of a skooma addict? What are you yammering about?
That was just that was some Let's Play I did once again 8 fucking years ago.
Oh, okay.
That never got finished. That people still harp at me about.
Finish it up, Paul.
I'm haunted by all my unfinished business. You know what I mean? All the projects that I've started and then abandoned.
What happened to TJ's sense of dignity? I wasn't aware I ever had that.
Yeah. It was gone long before I met TJ, so I couldn't answer that question.
Yeah, I don't ever remember having that. What was the funniest DFF to make? I don't even know.
The funniest.
One we laughed the most in.
I remember us laughing pretty hard at the no ideas one.
Yeah.
That one, I mean, I got to tell you, man, that show was a Hail Mary. Holy fuck, man. I walked into that show with my head hung low.
Yeah. What's the most ever we've done an episode where you've just been like the entire time it's happening, it's like, this is not working. This is fucking not a good episode or whatever the fuck.
I mean, I don't know that it would be fair to say so, but there've been a couple of episodes where I was just like,
yeah, I know, right? You're sitting there like, oh fuck, this is not going well.
Ruh-roh.
You just get like a sense, you know. And I mean, it's not always right either. Sometimes I fucking feel like that, and then the episode comes out, and it's like people don't care; they think it's fine.
That is weird. Because I'm horribly self-critical, so I'll think that, you know, at least initially about a lot of shows. I'll be like, oh man, that show, and then I go into the comments, and everybody's like, man, this is probably my favorite fucking show ever, and I'm like, how do I recreate what I saw as a failure? You know? Okay. All right, fans.
Oh, the Elder Scrolls one was that wasn't even really bad. That was like me and Sky were just blindsided by that fucking episode, because it's like the episode that we would have normally like familiarized ourselves with, but we thought Paul was doing a totally different episode.
Oh yeah,
I got the Elder Scrolls episode going. I'm like, what? And then we're just like, I'm sitting there the whole time, like, I don't know anything about this.
Whee! Yeah, that was a fun one.
That was fucking crazy.
That was a fun one, man.
There was an episode recently where I was just like, I don't even know if it's come out yet, but I was just like,
Which one was it?
I don't even remember now. We've done so fucking many so quick.
That's true. We're like a factory now.
I think it was like I think it was just me that was checked out. So I was just like, yeah, Scotty and Paul can carry this one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely been some episodes where checked out describes my fucking demeanor pretty much. I was living in my head, living out horrible fantasies of dying or
What was the hardest episode to kayfabe? I don't know. The kayfabe's never been difficult. That's usually easier than just being yourself, honestly. At least for me. Disney and Juggalos. I know that was one of our very early ones, wasn't it? That was like our second or third episode.
I thought that was a pretty good episode.
Yeah, I don't remember it super well, but I feel like it went well. That Christmas show episode, I cannot even tell you. Paul did this big brag, like, you write me a little speech, I'll nail it. Memorize it first time. Shit.
Yeah, it took like 20 takes.
It was like 25 fucking takes or some shit.
It was horrible
to get through that speech. Oh. I first watched you and TJ in 2012. Thank you guys for keeping me relatively sane these 8 years. Well, if we're keeping you sane, then you might have a strange definition of sane. So.
I'll go one step further. If you think that we are keeping you anything approaching sane, you are fucked. You are crazier than you're nuttier than a fucking what is that? Nuttier than a squirrel in a shit house? Is that a thing?
I think it was like nuttier than a squirrel turd or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. You're nuttier than a squirrel turd.
That's a good point. Scotty said he was supposedly doing Tim Allen too, and it still has not manifested.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got to hold his feet to the fire.
Hi, Paul. I accidentally donated $2 earlier when I meant to donate $20. Hope y'all are well.
Well, thank you for correcting your mistake, my friend.
I think you meant to send 200 though, right?
Yeah, that's right. Got to move that decimal place over a couple spots.
Yeah, oopsie daisy.
I mean, yeah, dude. If we're your touchstone to reality, man, you are 100% fucked. There's no going, because we're,
yeah, we don't know where the fuck
we're a goddamn train wreck.
Like, people ask me like, hey TJ, like the other day I was doing a stream. I think it was a patron stream. They're like, hey TJ, what you been up to this week? I'm like, week? I don't have weeks, okay? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about? What week is it? It's like that it's that dude moment where the Big Lebowski tells him, like, you go out looking for a job looking like that, do you, on a weekday? And the dude is like, is today what day is? You know what I mean? I try and live that way.
Yeah, I mean, like, to me, I just explained to them that, like, my life is just one ongoing, continuous day. I jump from activity to activity, and that's it.
Every once in a while, I take a little break and sleep.
TJ, what month is it? March? Wait. No,
it isn't March.
It's May?
Definitely not March.
Is it May? It's May, right?
It is the end, towards the end of May. Yes.
Gotcha. Cool.
I think. Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's May.
I want to double check because I'm not 100%. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's May.
I get May and March confused. Thanks for all the background talk you guys provide me over the years via TAA, DP, and now DFF makes work and sports video games. Cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just like put us on as background noise and shit.
I dig it, whatever. I know
I'm fine with it. I guess I probably could work myself up into being like offended by it, like, but what's the point?
Yeah, I'm not offended by it.
People tell me they fall asleep to us a lot.
Yeah, I don't like that one. Does kind of piss me off sometimes. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not asleep. I don't feel like I make sleepy content, but whatever. Maybe I do. Have you guys seen the video of the alleged police plant breaking windows before things popped off? Looks very suspicious. Yeah, we've seen it. I've seen it anyway. I covered it in my fucking video, for fuck's sake. It was in there.
Views are views. You're right, Chelsea. You're right.
What'd she say?
She said views
Oh,
are
yeah.
views.
Yeah,
She's
she's
got a
more
point.
pragmatic.
Once again, Chelsea is right. Chelsea was right.
I'm definitely the guy who doesn't know what day it is. Like, yeah, I mean, like, who cares? What does it matter? Never feel like I have anything to add to the conversation. Also left some comments that were ill thought out, but here's some more money. Okay, cool. At least you realize it.
That's one way to make up for your transgression, for sure. Money heals all wounds. Yeah.
That's true. My patron streams, I can understand people falling asleep to those because I do kind of affect like a really chill voice and play like soft jazz. So I guess I can see people falling asleep to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have those streams sometimes too. I always kind of feel bad for them because, you know, I know people are expecting more. Look at what's going on with TJ. Dude, we do hours and hours and hours worth of content on this fucking program, and TJ never drops, and he's dropped 3 times tonight. 3. Yeah. The wrath of Gorilla. He did insult Gorilla. Maybe Gorilla showed up and killed him. I hope he left Chelsea alone, though. I hope he didn't do anything to Chelsea. She doesn't deserve anything. She never fucked on Gorilla. It was TJ that got crazy with Gorilla. If you don't want people to sleep to your drawing, get heated, get messy, and bring the blood sports. The blood sports, man.
Paul, you are dumb.
Yes, I agree.
Dumb.
I agree.
I'm gonna say.
I agree. That's another thing I get accused of all the time. Like on Twitter today, somebody was like, Paul's always trying to paint this like don't vote thing as like some kind of 300 IQ take. It's like, no. I think I'm
Thank you, yeah.
I think I'm a fairly average intelligence. I don't see myself as a brilliant person. I'm pretty average when it comes to intelligence. I mean, I know that 1 + 1 is 3 and everything. You know what I mean? I can get through the basics.
Did the PlayStation explode yet? Hopefully. I mean, that would be bad. TJ, did it ever bother you when you were made fun of every day on DP by the other hosts? I don't like you, Brianna. Just going to point that out to you. Paul, dumb.
Paul fat, Paul dumb, Paul filled with rhino cum.
There are reports of the gas lines in the police station being cut.
And you know what? Fuck this shit. Brianna, you know what? TJ got a lot of shit on DP. But I got to be honest with you. Let my victim complex kick in here. I don't think there was any cast member that got more shit than me on DP. I absorbed so much fucking shit on that show that I'm still trying to wash it off. I'm still trying to fucking rid myself of the smell of the shit that was flung at me on that show. It's okay, though. I had fun. Most of the time, it was fun.
Too much.
Most of the time, it was fun. Sometimes it got real. You know, everybody's got their fucking limits. But whatever. I had a good time.
R.I.P. Eric the Fed.
I'm telling you, man, if you guys would have just done me a solid and jumped behind that character, it would have been brilliant. But no. But no. Had to call me on it right away. It was a very ill-conceived character. I'm not going to...
Paul's IKEA couch, I think, fell apart, didn't it?
I threw that motherfucker away. It was the worst couch I've ever owned in my life.
The saga of the IKEA couch.
It traveled with us to Louisiana, and then it sat in the garage. You remember that for like 6 months? And then it, you know, at one point, I think it was you that came to me. You're like, Paul, you know, Stevie's coming to help us clean up that garage for the set. Do you want that couch? I was like, fuck no. That piece of shit out of here. How long did it end up taking to get delivered? Way too fucking long, man.
Paul walked out. He's like, "Where's the fucking couch?"
So fucking sad, man. So fucking sad.
The great thing about Eric the Fed too is Paul built up Eric the Fed for like weeks beforehand.
Oh yeah.
Like, wait till Eric the Fed arrives.
It was beautiful.
Oh.
It was a great concept.
Hey, Paul, I was in a coma. What happened, DP?
I love that. Hey, guys, I've been out of the loop for like 14 years. Anybody catch me up on what happened to DP?
Oh,
boy.
One of the worst characters of all time. I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, come on, man.
It didn't work, though. Maybe it could have with some more. I think the voice he chose for it was just wrong. I think Eric the Fed needed a more Viking kind of voice.
I don't even remember what I did with it. I try to avoid going back and watching that episode. It was not my proudest performance moment for sure.
What's a better movie, First Contact or Wrath of Khan? Well, as a Trekkie, I would say Wrath of Khan is better, but you know.
Remember when Milo bifurcated Paul? Yeah, and then you remember when I, slowly but surely came out of my coma and Milo fucking burned out, disappeared. Remember that too? I remember that. Man, I took a drubbing on that episode, bro. I took a real drubbing on that episode.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was bad timing too, for me.
You were pretty new.
I was new. Yeah, I was not pretty new. I was brand ass new. And I got individual phone calls from both you and Ben going like, "Hey, this Milo dude, like, he's serious business, Paul. You don't want to fuck around with this guy. You don't need to read up about him." And I was like, "All right, guys. I'll take care of that for you." Oh, well.
Who cares now, though?
You live, you learn. What are you going to do?
What was your favorite episode you did of DP? I don't know. Probably the Wheel of Torture.
The Wheel of Torture was pretty fucking epic.
That's pretty much the only one I actually look back on with any sort of pride, if I'm honest with you.
I mean, come on. There were some other good shows in there, TJ.
That was the one I liked. That was my favorite.
I liked that one. That one was pretty good. I mean, from a viewer's perspective, participating in it was torture.
Yes, literally.
But some of the funniest moments ever came out of that show, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's kind of like a blur at this point. Not that episode. I remember that one pretty distinctively.
Just the show in general?
Yeah. They all kind of bled together. Repsion thought he'd win. Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah, I thought. I thought Rep would win.
Though. That's true. The time I fisted Paul, that was great.
Oh, yeah, the fisting. I can't believe how many people thought that I actually took a fist in my ass that night. That was great. we must have done we must have done a bang up job.
Yeah. Oh. The amount of vindication I would get if I was Paul after the Milo debate would add 20 years to my lifespan.
I don't even really think I had anything to do with Milo flaming out. I happened to ask a question that led him down a path that ended up being like not too great for him to go. But
I mean, he'd already discussed it at length in the Joe Rogan show.
Right.
And stuff, so, would you guys do shrooms on DFF? I think we might have done that already.
I don't know if I've done. Yeah, I think we did do shrooms on DFF. Yeah, I know for a fact we did a bunch of psychedelic episodes of DP.
Have you guys tried any hard drugs like meth or cocaine? Not really. I haven't anyway.
I've done both, and neither one of them are the types of drugs that I like to indulge in.
Oh shit, we got the DMT guy in here.
DMT.
I was in the room for Wheel of Torture. Not many can attest. Okay. Who the fuck were you? I don't remember you.
That might be Mistress Jin's escort,
Ah, okay.
her fella.
No, we don't mention that
Oh yeah, that's true. We're not supposed to mention that.
thing. Do cocaine on DFF. Okay, we'll get to it.
Let me ask you a question, TJ. It's a titillating question,
Titillating.
but also, a dangerous question, TJ.
Dangerous, but titillating.
As time goes on, do you find yourself every once in a while having a real strong urge to make a video and just explain everything in detail that went down on DP?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. The struggle is real, man. I'm not going to do it because it wouldn't be the smartest fucking thing to do, but God damn it. Maybe someday I'm going to do it.
Oh yeah.
I'm just letting you know. Someday the truth will be revealed. Someday the whole story will be told, of course, with no bias. No bias from my own personal position.
None at all.
Just as it happened, man. Just as it happened. It won't be today, though.
Do it.
But I'm just glad I'm the only one. I'm not the only one that has a deep desire.
Oh God, no. No, you're not. What happened to Space Race? Nothing happened to it. It just didn't happen.
Space Race.
It would have been fun.
Release plan.
Someone figured it out eventually. Someone came to me at a meetup and it's like, I know what it is. And I'm like, no, you don't, bitch. And then he laid it out. I was like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's Space Race. You got it.
You got it. You nailed it. Will you finally talk about what happened in Atlantic City? Yeah. All that will be revealed. Whatever did happen to Plan C? I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Plan C was the lost episode.
Oh yeah.
It was deleted.
Yeah.
The video,
Yeah,
the episode was deleted.
Fucking ugh. All right, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
The pain is still the anger is still so raw.
I know.
Ugh.
That was okay, never mind.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? That's why I told you it was a dangerous line of questioning.
It is. Plan C, yeah. That was a great episode.
The best episode ever.
It really was. It was actually, yeah. I hate that I was half watching that lost episode. Yeah, I don't know. I wish someone. I thought. Okay.
Such a shame.
Yeah, that's the whole. The Plan C episode is the whole reason that the Tim Allen episode was our first DFF.
Yeah.
Because
we were trying to recapture that magic.
We had so much good. Why the fuck was it deleted?
It was a mishap.
Oopsie.
A blameless mishap.
Yeah, fuck Jimmy Fallon. I'm probably gonna do Jimmy Fallon versus somebody in a DFF in the near future. So,
ugh. I mean, why not just put him up against what's his name? Who's the other one? Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy. Aren't there two Jimmys?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, there you go.
It needs to be Jimmy Kimmel. I can almost kind of like at times, so I can't. I got to put him up against someone I really just. I don't even know. I might not even put him up against another person. I might put him up against like the Holocaust or something.
Can you say what Plan C was on?
On? It wasn't on anything. It was an episode of fucking DP. Jimmy Fallon, worst thing ever? Maybe.
Maybe so.
I remember a beef on DP never quite feeling as serious as Tommy Sotomayor. Well, he was horrible.
Yeah, he was a piece of shit. Now I've opened up the DP canister.
Jimmy Dore versus Jimmy Fallon? No, don't. I mean, Jimmy Fallon, he's next level.
I mean, I hate Jimmy Dore, but not as much as Jimmy Fallon. I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough one. Who would you put Jimmy Fallon up against? I guess I'll wonder about it while DJ reconnects. Man, what is happening? What is happening with the world? What's going on in the world today? People fighting, feuding, looting. It's okay. Let it go. Let it flow. Let the good times roll. Tell them, Dre, it ain't nothing but music. Quick, Paul, before he's back, tell the whole DP story. Okay. I'll take care of that for you. I'm telling you, one day it'll happen. Either I'll croak before it happens, but, barring that, one day the whole story shall be told. Guess who's back? What is going on tonight with this?
What keeps happening?
I don't know. It's odd. You just keep freezing up.
Yeah, I don't know.
And disappearing.
I feel like the connection's fine on my end, but I don't know. Things are screwed down there in the USA, it looks like. I hope you guys are staying safe and all this. They burned down the police station that those cops came from. That's crazy. Is it? Is it crazy?
We're not on anybody's hit list, so don't worry about it. We didn't stomp anybody's neck in the middle of the street, Now, if we were both cops in Minneapolis, you could be worried.
Prepare your boopers, everyone. Yes. Glandus and Booper. Indeed. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
My bad, dude. I invoked the name of DP, and now that's all. That's what it's going to be for the rest of the night.
That's all it is now.
DB, DB, DB.
I noticed the DP beta crowd has dried up. You notice that?
I mean, there's... Oh, whatever. I'm not going to talk shit.
I don't get that.
There's really no basis for it anymore, though.
Do you guys actually ever feel like... Oh, that's another DP question. DP, DP, Glanderson Booper, DP. Oh, TJ, why do you hate me? Because you're a jerk. You ask jerk-ass questions in a jerk-ass manner.
She does. That is true.
You're not a big enough jerk to be like banned from the chat or anything like that. But you got some weird shit stirry kind of questions you do.
That's exactly it. She's a regular here, and Brianna is a total shit stirrer. Totally.
Oh, I can tell, and I can sniff them out almost instantly.
Oh yeah.
I've been doing this long enough to know.
Total fucking shit stirrer.
Video on Jimmy Fallon is like a fever dream. All of his videos are like fever dreams, though. I love that dude. Have either of you looked into market socialism? I mean, I've been watching Vosh's streams pretty regularly as I try to absorb his essence and add it to my own. So, yeah. Thoughts on the newest Rick and Morty? Paul doesn't watch. I've seen them all. I usually watch them twice. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the current season. Who is Jimmy Fallon? If you don't know, I don't feel like I want to do you the disservice of teaching you.
Yeah, he would be doing you no favors in introducing you to that.
Why Vosh? Because there's energy around his channel that I haven't seen around anyone else in a while.
TJ wants to get his little piece of that energy, dude.
I do.
That's the way it works.
he's smart enough that he's interesting, but he's young enough that he hasn't totally given up on the entire world yet. So it's kind of nice to inject some of that like naivete into myself. But I think, you know, he's got like a meteoric rise going. So I don't know. I'm like, I must absorb this. I just certain times, like there's just certain personalities that I'll encounter that I'll just be like, I must assimilate this within me, and I do it. I did it to Kyle Kalinske. I did it to Paul. I absorbed what I could out of him. There's certain things about Paul I was unable to get in there.
You sucked me dry and left me a fucking husk on the ground, TJ.
You know, like there was like that thing that Paul talks about being able to totally escape into a character and like see through their eyes and stuff. Like I can't get that. That's something that's just too unique to his psychology. So, but there's certain other things from Paul that I'm just like, this is mine now.
Give it to me.
Gimme.
I mean, I think that's just natural, though.
Yeah,
I think it's natural for people to seek out like-minded individuals and absorb, you know, their ideas and their mannerisms to a certain extent.
Yeah, take what works, incorporate it into what you've already got going on.
Now, you know, me personally, there was nothing I could take from TJ. I mean, I'm such a true individual that, you know.
Oh yeah, Paul's one of a kind, you know, so he doesn't have to do that kind of stuff. But
no,
you know,
I definitely absorbed my fair share of TJ for sure.
I did it with Carlin. That was the first one I did, really. No, well, the first one, I mean, other than like, you know, you absorb mannerisms stuff from your parents when you're growing up, just by the virtue of the fact that they're who you're around. But probably the first outsider one was probably Manson or Carlin around the same time. And that's why that's so ingrained.
After you've absorbed everyone, I will absorb you. Oh, shit.
Wise strategy.
Hot. Why do I have a boner now?
No, I didn't absorb Brett, thank God. That would have been a mistake.
That's the understatement of the fucking year.
Do a whole episode on Bill Hicks? Yeah, we might.
What do you want me to say?
I understand why TJ wants to make a Blob movie now. Yeah.
What would we even say about Bill Hicks? Because I would not want to do just a biographical overview episode on Bill Hicks. It's just, we'd have to find some angle.
St. Carlin, TJ. I don't really see how I did that, but okay. What you reading for? Bill Hicks is completely unfunny. You should ban that person, probably.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Any specters in the chat want to handle that for me? Waylon Nelson needs to fucking die. He's too stupid to live. in Minecraft.
Kill him in Minecraft. He deleted it. He's like, I'm just, please don't. TJ, would you take down your alt-light videos? I don't know. I've been meaning to go like look at some of those and be like, what's going on here? I've watched some of the ones I did in like Anita Sarkeesian and stuff, and I'm like, I still stand by this. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really go back and watch my old videos, so I don't know what kind of crazy fucking bullshit I've said. But it's nice because I don't remember it, so I don't really have to defend it anymore.
I was with you for that, and it's kinda bad. Whatever, Brianna, you're just stirring more shit, you fucking bitch.
She really is, man. It's like a
jerk,
like that stereotypical witch with the big cauldron and the big paddle, and she just stirring this bubbling brew of bullshit constantly.
I don't know. You got some. You know what? My Twitter DMs are open. Go ahead and if you think that there's some that maybe I should take a second look at and reappraise, you go ahead and send me the links. I'll take a look. Because I'm not opposed to the idea fundamentally of being like, I no longer stand by this enough to keep it up, but I haven't found one yet that I'm like, uh-oh.
I mean, I think even if I went back through my shit and found one that I didn't stand by anymore, I would probably make a video or something talking about it, but I feel like pulling it down is disingenuous. Like, I feel
Maybe.
like it should be up there for the record. You know what I mean? I don't run from my statements. If I'm
Yeah.
wrong about something, I'll correct myself. You know?
Yeah, maybe I'll do like a little collection. And I'll like watch my old shit that I don't agree with anymore, and like
That would be cool if you did like a Pwnage Fortnite against yourself. You know what I mean? Where each video was you tearing down an old TJ video and fucking on yourself. That'd be fun.
The problem is most of your videos have good points but are unfairly provocative and baity. Yeah, but I don't apologize for that. Like, yeah.
I mean, how do you think TJ got 1 million subscribers?
Right. I mean, that's what I do. And I can't tell you how many people don't look past the title of a fucking video, you know? So,
I mean, you have to be provocative and to a certain extent baity in order to fucking succeed on the platform. Like, how many straight out non-provocative, you know, Ben Stein level kind of speakers do you know are super popular on YouTube? I don't know any.
I know people that still think TJ's banned from series is real. LMFAO. That is pretty funny. The women are not funny video is a good example. Okay. Well, I'll look at it. I mean, that's fair enough.
Oh, shit. What's going on here?
I don't know.
I just got a text from Peter. My boy Peter. I have to read that later. It's a long one.
Oh, shit.
Text me a long text.
Hopefully it doesn't end with like, and that's why I'm ending it all.
Yeah, holy shit. Let me make sure.
Yeah, you might want to look at that.
Let me make
I'm
sure it
sorry.
doesn't end with
My
goodbye
mind goes to
forever.
the fucking darkest place or some shit.
Okay, no. He's not quite at goodbye forever. He's considering moving to New Zealand. So that's almost as bad.
Oh, dude, I was considering moving to New Zealand. New Zealand sounds dope.
No, I anywhere but here sounds dope. I was fantasizing with my girlfriend the other night about getting a little plot of land in fucking like El Salvador or something. You know what I mean? Like, all you have to do to live in El Salvador is make $2,000 a month. Or I think it's even less. I think it's like $1,500 a month.
Cool.
Maybe it wasn't El Salvador. Maybe it was Uruguay or some shit. Whatever. Who cares? They're all the same to me.
Peter is a midget that's a fan of DFF and a friend of Paul. Yeah, Peter's dope. Peter does real. When you're hanging out with Peter though, you do realize how problematic your fucking interpretation of midgets are though.
I mean, he's definitely helped me grow as a person. No pun intended.
Like, Paul's like, all right, be respectful. Then he fucking pats him on his head.
Oh my fucking god, the worst. Dude, TJ, the last time we were together, TJ literally spent like 5 hours just berating him and calling him a midget, and that doesn't even come close to the head pat that I gave him.
Yeah, because mine was so hyperbolic and over the top
Right.
and shit way, and I was drunk as fuck. But like, it wasn't patronizing in that way.
I was just like, oh, hello, little Peter. It's so nice to see you again. And like, what a fucking idiot. What a piece of shit I am. The fact that he's still friends with me is shocking.
he's probably used to it, sadly.
If I was a midget and somebody did that shit to me, they would be my fucking enemy till the end of time. To the end of fucking time.
Yeah.
He's probably had worse. Man, quit making me sad. Stop it. Just stop, man. I'm in a good mood.
Dude, I wanted Peter to be in my movie though, because I was gonna remake Blood-Sucking Freaks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna have him be the new whatever that midget is from that.
I just want to live with Peter. I just want to move in with Peter and be like an odd couple roommate situation with Peter.
TJ sounds like a hazard when drunk. Oh my god. You have no idea.
Yeah, you have no fucking clue, dude. TJ is a force of drunken nature.
It's not good.
You cannot wrangle. You cannot control. The best you can do is just hold on for the ride.
Your talk about me, lol.
Oh yeah, that's Peter there.
Cool. Hey Pete, how you doing?
Good old Peter. I miss Peter, man. It sucks that I live so far from Peter. Peter's a dude I would chill with regularly for sure.
Giant drunk guy barreling through people. Yeah, that's basically accurate. but also verbally castigating them at the
Yes.
same time.
And incredible emotional swings too from TJ when
God,
he's
yeah.
drunk. TJ will go from weeping, like not in sadness, but like in happiness about how much he loves. Like I've heard TJ, pull Chelsea aside and just loudly in front of her, fucking love you so much, baby. I'd fucking kill everybody in this room for you, Chelsea. You just say the word, I'll kill them all. He'll be crying his way through that, and then the next minute he'll just be fucking berating you. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, I
like
know.
his love for Chelsea has now been talked about. Now his target is me. Paul, you're a piece of fucking garbage. I hate your fucking guts, Paul. Like, all right.
I need to not drink.
I love that shit, dude. I love when you get so drunk that you tell Chelsea you'll kill everybody in the fucking room. It's the cutest shit.
When they're right there too.
Yeah, everybody in earshot. The whole room's like,
Are we in danger?
I swear to God, baby, you just pointed somebody. And I swear to God, the first person you point out, I'll fucking destroy. I don't even care who it is. Point at my brother. You know I love my brother. You know I'd do anything to my brother. You point at Scotty right now, baby. I'll fucking kill Scotty. I love it, dude. It's the best.
It's not. It's really not. Oh. Points at Gorilla.
Uh-oh. The unstoppable force versus the immovable object, dude.
DJ has a built-up aggression and want to kill that much. No shit. No fucking shit, dude. Oh, I still remember the time we were on acid and Paul came out and he's like trying to talk some philosophical shit to me, and I'm just like, "We should be warriors, Paul."
Oh my God, TJ had me freaked the fuck out that night. Because it was after I came back from the bathroom, having watched myself age while taking a shit, and I came back into the room. And when I left, TJ was pretty chill. He was just like watching TV or something. When I came back in, he was gone, or he wasn't, where he was. And I sat down on the couch and I started staring at your Manson poster, and his mouth is just going. And I'm like, oh fuck. And then TJ comes like, he's got this thing where his shoulders go up. Comes like stalking out of the bathroom. And I was like, what's going on, dude? And he was like, we should be fucking barbarians, Paul Zigo. We should fucking just get axes and kill fucking everybody. That's the way our ancestors used to live, man. And he just like walked away. I was like, oh shit. Why are you going to put that in my fucking head, man?
P.S. You look old as hell. Drunk TJ versus gorilla. Who would win? Well, he's still a gorilla.
Sounds like Paul got picked on a lot while tripping. That's rough. That's just my role. Look, dude, I'm already a really credulous person and pretty fucking naive about a lot of things. And then when I'm on acid, it's just like suggestibility is at 100%. You know what I mean? You can tell me there's a unicorn up your ass, I'm gonna be like, whoa.
Does TJ remember being so drunk he gave $100 to a dude at the last meetup for him to grow out a unibrow? What?
You did?
I guess. I don't know. I don't remember it.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, I want to see that Epstein series on Netflix.
I haven't even heard about it.
Yeah, they did like a whole 5-part mini doc or whatever on the Epstein saga. I gotta check that shit out.
Story? Oh shit. I don't know. Probably the one with the mansion, the sex mansion / vampire the masquerade mansion.
I mean, that one's got to be the best. It's hard for me to quantify it, but that one, I mean, come on.
That story has a lot of twists and turns.
It's a story for the ages.
Yeah, like if Paul ever was to do like a stand-up comedy special, I'd be like, you gotta close with that fucking story, dude.
I mean, yeah.
It's gotta be the fucking finale.
It's a good one. It's a good one for sure.
TJ, have monkeys evolved to be able to grow lima beans? Go away.
Jesus. Nonsense.
Hey guys, just wanted to thank you guys for entertaining content. Help me through my shift at work. Good conversation tonight. Going to try shrooms this weekend. First time experimenting with any psychedelics. Well, that sounds fun.
Well, have fun with that. That should be good times. I've never had a bad time on mushrooms.
Pimp Monk? Yeah, I remember.
Oh, man. I didn't just kiss Pimp Monk, man. I sucked face with Pimp Monk, dude.
Was Pimp Monk a good kisser or no?
No. But, I mean, that's nothing against Pimp Monk. It was just, there was no, you know what I mean? For a kiss to be, I don't know. I'm not even going to say that there needs to be attraction there. But no, it was very awkward on both of our parts. Yeah, to be honest, you're a way better kisser than Pimp Monk.
Awesome.
Yeah, me and TJ smooched once.
I remember that time we did that, and afterwards you're like, God damn, you're actually a really good kisser.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. TJ, you and Paul should be stand-up comedy duo, something. I don't know. Have either of you done psychedelic RCs? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know none of that. Forho Mipt. I don't know these. Yeah, Paul also kissed Tom. I'm like, man, Paul, you get around. You kissing everybody.
I do, man. I'm open to kissing though. Like, yeah, but I gotta, you know, not to denigrate you, but Tommy from the Bronx was the ultimate kisser.
I wouldn't. I mean, obviously,
so gentle and so firm at the same time.
He's so fucking alpha, though. You know, how are you gonna top that?
It's the only time I felt like I was the woman in a kiss. You know.
Yeah.
He dipped me in everything. You know, he hand in the small of my back and bent me down and planted one on me, man. It was an interesting day. Paul gives quality hugs. Dude, I'm the best fucking hugger, dude. I should just set up a hug business. I'm a pretty good hugger.
Wow, 2007 Paul is in here. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. Did you ever hook up with Beyond Fear? Nope. Never did. Wanted to. But you know, you can want in one hand and jerk off in the other sometimes, you know what I mean? And see which one fills up first, and that's what I did in that instance.
The Mounds.
I did see your mounds, yeah. I did.
I saw the mounds.
I seen it. Paul hugged me just right. That's right, Peter. I can even hug a little person properly.
Yeah, Paul's a fucking expert level hugger.
Well.
I want a Paul hug. Well, you don't get one. I just imagine Paul growing into a giant blob consuming the world. Someone wrote a poem about that recently.
They did,
Paul,
yeah.
Did you read that poem about yourself?
I did, yeah, on the subreddit. It was pretty decent.
It was deep.
It's a pretty decent one. Not gonna lie.
They put some real fucking effort into it.
There was some pretty soft rhymes in there, you know what I mean?
You got a real problem with soft rhymes, you know that?
I don't like them.
I'm all right with it.
Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of the soft rhyme. It takes skill to make a poem that has 100% hard rhymes, man.
That's true. Did Senor Tomat die? I think Senor Tomat died a little bit.
I mean, with strange aeons, even death may die, you know?
True enough. Apparently, my video has been posted in the anarchism subreddit. I'm not even an anarchist, but that's good. I'm glad I'm appealing to anarchists.
Cool.
Let's see what they said. I don't recall when this guy stopped being a run-of-the-mill Sargon-esque anti-SJW tuber. Did he actually change, or is this and the recent videos about PragerU incidental?
That's about as positive as you're going to get over there, I guess, huh?
I'm going to upvote myself.
Naturally.
I'll join the fucking subreddit too. I want to see what these anarchists are up to. He actually changed. He was an anti-SJW chud before, but he has changed. Wow. So powerful.
How's it feel to not be a chud anymore, TJ?
I don't know. I don't really feel like I've changed that much, but
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just putting a different foot forward.
Well, shit.
Yeah, everyone go upvote me on the anarchism subreddit so that I can fucking garner new anarchist support. What's the most recent issue with the oldest video you've made? What? John Goodman was in Chud. That's a good point. He sure was. That movie's really boring, by the way.
Chud is a horrible movie. Really is.
I don't know why it's had the legacy and the staying power that it has had, but whatever. It's always to have the anarchists on your side. I think you meant to say good there. Bring back Tomat. Fuck you.
And Mendham brought you up in a video, Paul. Oh, no. Not in Mendham.
Is that still a thing? I wonder if the anarchist chat is moderated. See, anarchists are a little bit more sophisticated than I used to think of them. It's not just like get rid of government and paradise ensues. That's more libertarians, really, which there are anarcho fucking, they'd be like ANCAPs, basically, would be the anarchist variation of the libertarian theme.
Chud is a lame pejorative. I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
Chud. No, I think that it sounds pretty. Yeah, it's got some bite to it.
Yeah. I'm annoyed when I get called a chud. It stings.
I hate movies in general, but I've watched Ever Cinema for Cynics video because I like hearing Paul talk.
Oh.
It's weird to me that there's people who hate movies. You know what I mean? Like, that's so foreign.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't get in that headspace either. Like, movies are probably the only reason I didn't eat a bullet a long time ago. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Had to have something. Got to be able to get away. In Minecraft, of course. Eat a bullet in Minecraft.
Dude, my cat, not Squeaks. Squeaks is an idiot. But fucking Cornelius is getting, like, smarter and smarter, and it's getting hard.
Oh, no. What's he doing?
Not only can he now, I mean, he's, like, mastered opening doors, so he can pretty much enter any room of the house he wants. But not only that, here's Squeaks, because someone in the chat requested him. I guess it was Creamage, but now he knows how to close them as well. So, like, when the other animals piss him off, he'll literally go into the TV room. He'll, like, open the door.
There he is.
Whoa. He'll go into the TV room, and then he'll close the door so the other animals can't get in there and fuck with him. Here's Squeaks.
Oh.
He's got a little injury on his face right now, but
What a boy.
from the last time he escaped.
Yeah, he always has to come back with a wound.
Yeah, he's a dumbass. He really is.
Paul, want to play Magic the Gathering? I would just destroy you, dude. I'm really good at Magic the Gathering, man. I can't be beat. I don't think Squeaks misses me at all. We bonded early on. Like, Squeaks, when he was a kitten, was all up my ass, man. But then I had to start correcting him and shit, and he was like, okay, fuck you then.
Yeah, Squeaks is like, I don't like you no more.
Yeah. Like, he wanted to sit up and chew on my computer cords and shit, and I'd kick him out of the room. And it's like I did that 2 or 3 times, and then we were,
Enemies.
Yep, enemies for life.
Squeaks is a fighter, not a thinker. Yeah.
Show Squeaks Paul on the screen to see if he recognizes him. I mean, he sees me. I go over there. You know what I mean? I pet Squeaks. He knows me. Biggest fear I have for social collapse is that my pets won't be safe.
Excuse me.
I mean, yeah.
TJ, don't hold the cat like that. You're hurting him. I guarantee you I'm not.
That cat is fine.
That cat is 100% fine.
That's why people don't show their pets, because it's like everybody thinks they know. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you guys want to see more kitty? Let me see if he'll come to me. Will you come to me? Oh, shush. He's not happy.
Like, I don't
He's
want
not happy.
that fat fuck.
It's Cricket.
Cricket time.
Cricket's gonna get a ticket.
The cricket ticket.
Don't bite me,
Oh,
please.
you're holding him wrong. He's in pain.
Yeah, that cat is in pain, Paul.
That cat's suffering right
The
now.
way you're rubbing his belly is driving him nuts. Okay, all right.
You're damaging that poor cat. It's animal abuse.
You can go. He doesn't like the
All the
lights.
SPCA.
Good old Cricket. Yeah, he's cranky, but he's cranky all the time. Cricket's got his own shit going on. You know what I mean? He really doesn't like to be fucked with.
Yeah, you can't breathe, Paul. You're hurting.
He can't breathe.
Cat. Chelsea, get Cornelius, please. What's this? Just the cat stream now.
The kitty stream.
Go get Cornelius. Let me show off the good cat / bad cat. I like my bad cat better than my good cat. I don't know why. 24-hour cat live stream.
I love that somehow Squex has become your good cat.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Because that motherfucker was a holy terror when he was a kitten. For fuck's sake.
No, you don't know what all.
Oh, there went TJ again. Goodbye, TJ. It was nice knowing you. TJ just died in Minecraft. The world may never know. Squex fucking chewed through his internet cord because he was about to tell the truth about him. Cricket's a tank. Oh, yeah. Cricket a big boy. He's long. You pick Cricket up, you know what I mean? You see he's a long cat. He's pretty cute, though. He's a sweet boy. Most of the time, when he wants to be. Knock, knock, knock. I'm trying to get back in the room again. Remember when Squex was a little kitty on Paul's shoulder? Oh, yeah, that was his favorite shit. He'd sit on my shoulder when I did Highdeologies and just sleep. Captain Awesome says, "Hey, Paul. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Are you the real Captain Awesome? The guy that pulled off the best ponage ever." That's some deep ass YouTube lore right there. The best ponage that ever happened in the history of YouTube was Captain Awesome's ponage of fake Sagan. There can be no ponage that will ever even come close to it. It wasn't even a sex scandal. It was just ponage. They were, Captain Awesome and fake Sagan were going at it. I can't even remember over what. They didn't like each other or whatever. And then Captain Awesome was like, he made this video. And, he kind of started it off normally. And then all of a sudden he was like, but there's one thing, man. There's one thing that you will never be able to beat me on. You know what I mean? There's one thing that happened that you will never, ever live down. And he looked right at the camera and he was like, I fucked your girlfriend. I fucked her first. That's right, motherfucker. Every time you go down on your girlfriend, my cock was there. And it was true. It was true. He released a porn video with Fake Sagan's girlfriend. I mean, at that point, what do you ever do? Yeah, how do you come back from that? When you kiss your girlfriend's lips, my cock was there. When you go down on her, my cock was there. And then he was like, how taste my pee-pee, motherfucker. It's like, whoa. That story was cool until it turned into a felony. Well, you got to remember, this happened before revenge porn was a felony, okay? It was kind of like the prototype of revenge porn. That was just par for the course back in the day. Revenge porn was just what happened back in the day. All right, this was 2007. It was a wilder world, okay? Does Fake Sagan even still make vids? Thankfully, no. As far as I know, maybe he does. I have seen hide nor hair of Fake Sagan in years now. He does rarely. Oh, gotcha. How taste my pee-pee, motherfucker. Sounds lame to me. Grade school insults. Sounds pretty lame, if you ask me. It's pretty much grade school. It's like, all right. Well, let's see you come back from that level of fucking ponage, my friend. Yeah, I think TJ might have just given up. I don't blame him. He's cut out so many times. He's probably sick of it by now. Nope, there he is. He's back.
Cool.
Now there's a phantom guest in the room.
It's two of you. Ow, don't bite me.
It's two of me?
He's getting pissed because I held him for too long.
Oh. Oh my goodness, look at him. Look at him go. Oh shit.
Bite the microphone. No, I was about to say though, Squeaks. If you think Squeaks was a Hellraiser as a kitten, this is not even. He doesn't even hold a fucking candle. All right. That cat.
Corny's the fucking king, huh?
Oh my god. It was like raising a fucking demon. I don't know what to tell you. Like there was I nearly killed that cat. Like I'm not even. I don't care if it reflects poorly on me or whatever, but like there was times when I was like, I'm going to kill this fucking cat. Cat is pure evil, but I still love it. Maybe because of that, actually.
Yeah, he drove you fucking insane.
He was just so, he would just bite you and fucking, he was just a nut job. Like any reasonable person would have got rid of that cat, but I'm a fucking psycho, so I kept him around. But, man.
Put him in a trash bag and introduce him to a brick wall. Damn.
Nothing fucking, a day doesn't go by without him fucking doing at least 3 bad things. That's a good day. Wow, Squeaks only fucking... I'm sorry, Cornelius only fucking destroyed 3 things today. What a good cat.
That is true. Cricket ate a dozen hair ties. Dude, that was the craziest shit. That freaked me the fuck out. I was doing a stream, and Amelia pulls me aside, and she points at this thing on the ground, and at first I thought it was like a turd or something. And she picks it up, and she hands it to me, and I'm holding it. You know those hair ties that you use to put a ponytail in? The little, you know what I mean? The little rubber bands that you put around your ponytail?
Yeah.
There were like 12 of them, all congealed together because they'd been in his stomach and then vomited back out. He ate 12 fucking hair ties and then puked them all out in one big nasty mass. And he didn't skip a beat, just like normal day for him.
The cigarette I was going to smoke in here turned into 6. So,
yeah.
I probably should limit myself after this.
Well, what are you going to do? I'm done now, too. I smoked 6 in here as well.
6. All we need is one more person to smoke 6.
Yep.
And we have more the beast.
Or one of us just smokes 6 more.
Yeah. But man, that cat was he was hell to raise. He's still a piece of shit, but I don't know. Chelsea was like, "Could we please get rid of this cat?" I'm like, "Nope. Me and this cat share a special bond."
Jeez.
For no reason. I feel bad because I feel like I have more affection towards him than my other animals, even though he's horrible.
Hey, you can't you can't help that shit. Sometimes the most pain in the ass animal. I mean, Dinor for all his he's a pain in the fucking ass, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a pet that I just had such a natural affinity for.
That's cool. That's a good feeling. I've had I had that pet.
Bad though, because I've had Sal for so long and shit, and I love Sal, and I love Squeaks. I guess I don't know. He's all right, but
poor Squeaks.
He doesn't want as much affection as the others do.
That's true.
But Sal, his a level of affection is almost overwhelming sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Cornelius.
Sal's a big giant lover boy.
About as much as I'd want, but he leaves me alone about as much as I want.
You think you can hold him?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, there he is. The man of the hour.
Dinor.
The beast of the hour. There he is. Oh my God, Dinor needs a haircut.
He does.
Can we please reopen the economy so that Dinor can get a fucking haircut? No.
He doesn't need to be. The economy doesn't need to be reopened.
That's true. I just need to drop him off with Chelsea. Oh, D. He is shaggy, but he's so soft. He's so fluffy.
Squeaks went over to you though, Chelsea. Squeaks is now more down with the Chelsea. Maybe because he senses that I'm too tight with Cornelius or something.
I feel bad for Dinor because he is a wreck right now. He and Cricket got a case of the fleas, and so we've been fighting that. And Dinor was scratching a lot, and he just matted up. His ears used to be all nice and long, and he got all these mats. We had to cut them out. So now his ears are all lopsided. The one that's towards you guys right now is the one that's long. The other one has barely got any hair left on it. Poor Dinor. Oh, well. Yeah, he's got a little floppy short ear because we had to cut all these fucking mats off of him. Oh, day.
Poor Dinor.
He's fine, though. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit. I'm going to sit here. You want to run the show now, D? Yeah, well, I mean, he's trying. He's doing his best.
Cornelius just knocked your leftover steak onto the floor. Cool. Sounds like him.
All right,
about
Pete.
right.
All right, bud. Go on. Jump down. There you go.
Throw him in the trash.
All right, well, I think I'm going to end the stream here, TJ, unless you've got something else you want to talk about.
No, that's fine.
I'm going to go find a movie to watch.
I reckon I'll do something similar.
All right, well, thanks for joining me. It was good talks. Fun
All right,
stuff.
Have a good one.
Yeah, take it easy, buddy. Bye.